on his ship, like on the underbelly, and it's fucking hold the night. You cannot tell me that does not work.
I can't deny that.
Oh,
Absolutely
I'm good
not.
with that. Yeah. Oh my
Like while
god.
y'all were, I heard y'all talking about trading cards, and I'm sitting over here just fucking jamming out to the song.
Oh, I'm just sitting here back and forth too. I'm listening. We're all having three different conversations at the same time. Dave's talking about
Yeah.
trading cards.
I'm
I'm
not
working
having
on
a
screw stuff,
conversation. I'm just having a little jam fest.
and
I'm just looking at news. I'm just seeing that it's
I'm
popping up like in the last couple hours. Like, wow, okay, that's for collecting. That is actually kind of a big deal
let's see.
because those sets weren't necessarily the most popular, but they did have some really great cards in them, and reprinting them, well, uh, that might reduce their value, but because there's more collectors out there, that might actually increase them too. So, gotta wait and see.
People sit there and see me
Oh, I'm
streaming this.
keeping my eye on cryptocurrency too because I'm actually looking for an entry point into it.
Moondale.
Just I'm looking for a good one to at least try and jump in, or I at least feel confident that I can make money off of it. But
What's confidence?
confidence is knowing the company has a direction, has a vision, and plans on going somewhere in the future.
I don't wanna.
Because that will make me money, sir. That's what I want.
Well, that's for you there.
I need money.
Copyright strike. Pew!
I'm gonna have listen, I'm gonna have student loans probably until the day I'm dead unless I somehow fucking win the lottery, which I'm not gonna bank on that.
Same. My wife has hers too. It's like, mm-hmm.
Yep. So either I somehow can make it big in like investing in cryptocurrency and maybe even a little trading card shit on the side, I don't know. But I'm at least trying to explore new avenues and hopefully, make some profit
Mother.
on the side.
Ooh. What do we have here?
Market's volatile, man. I'm telling you. Don't get into crypto yet. Wait for it. Just wait for it.
See if I can blow this picture up. Oh, wow. Void, Arc, and Solar. Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, those are actually cool.
Oh, you see that? I forgot. I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm just sitting here looking around. I'm like, yeah. Oops. I didn't want to do that. There we go. Oh, good. It's got their name down here, too. So I'm going to just save that name. It is actually pretty cool. Something I can then shoot whoever. Kudos. That's actually pretty neat, though. Some of this, I like a lot of their artwork when I'm starting to find, like, when it hits artwork. I'm like, oh, it's actual artwork. I was just looking for maps and stuff mainly. I was just like looking around, see what kind of maps are out here, what we can.
I mean, DeviantArt, you can find a ton of like really cool character
That's
artwork, and there's like,
That's the one I was thinking of.
yeah.
Oh wow, right off the bat, that's actually pretty cool. Oh, there.
Yeah, DeviantArt has a ton of good stuff in here.
Cosplays. Cool. Oh, look at that. That was.
What are you all chuckle fucking about over there?
Hey,
No, I heard DeviantArt, and I was like, so does Rule 34.
Yeah, that's what
I'm not in that section,
figured.
thanks. I am streaming, thank you very much.
Not yet. Just fills his inbox with porn.
Oh, great.
No.
While his kids
How
and
can one
family are
man
in.
have so much porn?
Ask the 60 gigabytes on my phone.
Wait, you got 60 gigabytes? in your phone?
60? Jesus.
No,
Jesus,
no,
how the
Christ.
hell did you
No,
get that
no.
much space?
Okay, hold on. So it's actually more like 50 gigabytes of memes and 10 porn.
Hi, Kit Kat.
Oh, hi.
Oh wait, she just popped in.
She put in the sipping emote here, just like, really? Interesting.
Oh my god!
It's like we
Kit
all
Kat
just
time.
look over at. No,
I
no,
saw it
alright,
pop
so-
up, and I was just like, "Oh my god, this is hilarious."
So hold on. No, what I'm picturing is that we're all three having this conversation, and we all just suddenly hear a sip from the other side, and we all look over at the same time, and it's just Kit Kat sitting there with a drink.
That's about right. Sneaks up,
That's-
scares the crap out of me most of the time.
Yep.
What are you doing, Kit Kat? How long have you been there? How much did you hear?
With my coffee.
Yeah. How much coffee have you had, too? Is this 6, 7, 8, 20? I think your heart will stop, or your kidneys, one of the two. Lewd dog. Hey. We were just having a discussion. It's when somebody refers to it as their library or their
The
collection.
Archive. No, the archive.
Oh yeah, or the archive. I've heard the word collection, and I'm like,
The men's vault.
And I'm like, how much do you have?
The room of paradise.
60 gigabytes.
Wait, where is she talking at?
She's in the screen
Twitch
chat.
She's in the stream chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also. I didn't see that.
Oh my god, it's not showing you? Shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm reading it.
I only see Dave in there. Wait, whose channel is she in?
Matrixes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have matrices up, and it's
it
not
doesn't show
showing
you?
anybody else.
Oh, that's weird.
That's why I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, maybe because it got, like...
Oh.
Kit Kat fucking
Did it
blocked
get
me.
partially flagged? Well, I don't know. Did it get partially flagged because it said porn?
I did allow it because it's not a big deal to me.
Yeah, it probably was.
It did at first, but then I allowed it, so it
Yeah.
should show up.
Well, she's talking now. Do you see her in there?
Yeah, it's here now. It
Okay,
had to
that
be
was
the message was flagged.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't know why it flags certain messages in there because I don't have
Well,
anything.
it
specified.
searches for terms.
Yeah,
It's terms.
Well, I've allowed a lot of
Like
the terms.
redneck is apparently a bad word.
That's a slang.
Seriously?
I'm from Virginia.
I'm well aware, but
That one's from Washington. Not
apparently
the
they got
east
hurt
side.
feelings too. So
A redneck? Whoopee.
Yeah.
I should take offense to the word cracker?
Salting.
Yeah. Okay, now you just changed it. That was rude.
Hey, saltine crackers can be good though.
Yeah, I'm like, but it's just the terms. I'm like, really? You're gonna get? Oh, shut the hell up! I don't really care.
Now I want saltine crackers with just a little bit of Reese's peanut butter and some banana.
that is a tasty treat.
I'm slightly hungry, but I'm okay. I've had no coffee in the past 4 months, actually. Bull crap! What were you drinking that couple weeks? Was it last week? You said you were drinking coffee. I know you
got
said.
caught in the lie, little one.
I heard. No, bull crap! You said it was coffee. It's soda coffee. There's a difference, right?
You know they have Coca-Cola with coffee now, right?
Oh, don't tell her. Oh man, she's probably gonna go find it.
No, that's what I'm accusing her of drinking.
Oh, I didn't think of that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know these things. I know about this little coffee
I've
and
been caught.
Coca-Cola.
Run! No. Shoot the taser at her. She goes down. No, we just get her laughing hard enough. She'll fall down laughing. Don't have to. I was waiting for it. I'm gonna have to get like a clip of that sound, just you making it, and then just randomly. Just have it for when she shows up and she does anything. It just does that sound automatically.
Right.
Kit Kat has joined the lobby. What the heck was that? That was Kit Kat showing up.
Did you guys hear something?
Just hear a chihuahua get kicked over a fence.
Oh god. This.
But no, I'm just picturing Elias like under his fucking ship listening to this fucking song as he's using like a fucking blowtorch.
Well, we're gonna be exploring those a little bit here going on.
Yeah, a little bit of what the city's like. Or
Yeah. Well,
the pre-city.
The pre-city, yay.
yes.
Oh, this is for... I might start making some keychain bracelets and stuff.
But I'm ready to start whenever you feel we're ready to go.
I'll mute my mic while you do an intro.
I won't. I'm going to talk over him the whole time. I'm kidding.
80 gigabytes of porn.
It's gone up 20. How much did you download in that time? How much
Jeez,
does your phone hold?
I have a 268 gigabyte SSD.
In your phone?
Or whatever, a SIM card, or
Oh,
an SD card. SD card.
Micro SD card.
okay.
Yeah, I was
Your phone can
fucking
handle
words.
that?
I was like,
Yeah.
how
It's
the
a
hell do
Galaxy
you
Note 8.
have that on your phone? Like, Jesus Christ.
No,
My
I was
phone's
just-
only 64 gigs.
Actually,
I have
don't
a
know
six.
what-
Okay, so hold on. I have a 64 gigabyte base memory. I added that extra.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah,
Okay.
you can. That's why I was just surprised that I haven't seen too many go up to 265 yet. So I've only seen 128 and only a couple 265s. Not a lot. Actually, I got to see what my phone does. But anyway, I'm gonna mute too for the time being until you get done with your intro. So,
All right.
all yours, Dave.
All right. Thank you guys. So, everyone, welcome back. We've been kind of on a hiatus last couple of weeks, but we are back. We're doing this again. As always, if you guys are interested in the game itself, Dungeons and Destiny, you can find dndproject.com. Rulebook, guidebook, all that good stuff is on there. See it on screen. Check them out. Give them some love. Without them, this game is not possible. So with that said, we're just going to go right into it and catch up where we last left off. So, when we last left Eros Shale and his ghost diving bell, the pair had made their way into Old Chicago and attempted to stealth their way through the city to get to the spaceport. Unfortunately, Eros got spotted and a chase began through the city. After making a diving escape out a window trying to flee, he was unfortunately caught and forced to fight. But a new guardian dropped in and joined the fight, Elias Norwood of the Warlock Vanguard. After dispatching the attackers, Elias reluctantly agreed to help Eros secure a ship from the spaceport, and after securing the ship and getting out of Old Chicago successfully, the pair made their way back to the last city. Now, for the sake of brevity, Uros and Elias, you do debrief the Vanguard on what happened, submit reports, and you're basically being told, just go home and rest and await further instructions at this point. Uros, as you're a new guardian here, the Hunter Vanguard is offering you an apartment in the residential district of the city, which, for brevity's sake, we've already discussed, and he does accept. So he does settle into his apartment. Elias does go home to his apartment, and we begin on the following morning. We're actually going to start with Elias. So, Elias, First thing I actually want to ask you is, are you meditating or are you sleeping?
I'm sleeping. After the bullshit that we pulled off in Chicago, I am passed the fuck out.
Okay. The reason I ask you that is because as a warlock, if you meditate for 4 hours, you do actually gain the benefits of a full 8 hours sleep. So there's a difference between the two. I just want to make sure that we knew which one you're going to be doing. So,
Wanted to lay down and be comfy.
gotcha. Okay. So you're waking up. The sunlight is starting to kind of beam through the shades of your window. What does your apartment look like?
It's kind of minimalistic. Not very many items. Just a few tokens of shit that I've captured along the way, and maybe a
Okay.
few photos of citizens that I hang out with.
Okay. So you wake up to the day. Paradox is working on something over on the bench on there.
Yeah, what the fuck are you working on?
Oh, just been submitting the report that we sent over to the Vanguard, looking everything over again.
Did you report how many skiffs and that there was a catch there too?
Of course it did,
Okay.
but I think that's actually what we're gonna need to be talking to our buddies about. He kind of looks over to you. Nikon's gonna be looking for a meeting, and just to kind of tell you, Nikon is your warlock mentor. He's
Mhm.
basically kind of the one who kind of took you in when you first arrived into the city and has helped you kind of like find your power as a warlock.
All right. Just tell me when the meeting is, and I guess we'll.
Yep, I've already sent the ping. I'm just waiting for a response from his ghost.
Guess then, in the meantime, let's head to the hangar.
All right, so you gather up your things and you head out to the hangar. Your ship is currently still being repaired. The holes in the wing have been finished, and they're just finishing up any final touches on it right now.
I'm still gonna climb under it and work on it a little bit, seeing if
All
I
right,
can fine tune anything. I'm just
sure,
tinkering.
sure. Matrix, could you actually go back to the game here real quick?
Oh yeah. There you are.
Yeah, thank you. I just noticed
Sorry.
that on stream it wasn't. No, that's fine. All right. So I would like you to do an investigation check on your ship.
Uh, give me a second.
Yep.
Looking for my stats.
Yep, that's fine.
I am forgetting where my stat card is.
So it's the third tab from the left. You should be able to see your name on there. Just click on that. That should bring up your sheet.
Okay, so do investigation. Where are you? Oh shit! I accidentally pressed it 3 times because it didn't work.
That's okay.
Um, it's apparently a 7.
Okay. Um. So I guess are you just looking to like fine tune anything that you're seeing like with the ship? Just like looking for anything that could be like tweaked or tuned up.
Just kind of straightening out wires, making it actually look nice and actually organized instead of just hogposh.
Okay. So you don't really spot anything that looks a little bit out of place. So you just kind of go into organizing the wires and kind of clean, like doing some wire cleanup in the internal computers.
Computer mechanisms.
And Paradox kind of floating around you and just like, would you prefer your music?
Ah, sure.
And it's like, which playlist?
Um, 80s retro.
All right. So he starts to play up your playlist. What song would be the first one on your list? Wh-
Um,
What's the first song that pops up on the playlist?
it would actually be Hold the Night.
All right. So You're just begin working on your ship while blasting out some 80s rock music.
All right.
All right. So, with that said, we'll move over to Uros. So, Uros, you're getting up here for the day, and you've kind of been spending the night kind of hearing stories from the citizens, kind of getting the pulse of the city. You've been hearing about the story of the Battle of Six Fronts and how that was just that was less than a year ago, but it's still pretty fresh in people's minds. And you see the emblem of the Titans, which is the hexagon split into four pieces in various parts around the city, that symbolizes the Titan Order. This was also symbolic of the battle itself because of the Battle of Six Fronts, it was four orders of Titans that basically held the city walls. So it's a very important time right now. It was a successful victory for humanity surviving such a massive attack.
Okay.
But you settle into your new residence. You're given the basics. You've got a small bed to sleep on. You're given a chest to kind of hold any items, and a small end table in your little apartment.
Oh, at least it's a place.
It's minimalistic. But it'll suit the needs of someone who's just kind of coming and going.
Perfect.
Diving bell pops out your backpack and goes, "Well, I guess let's get our new home now."
Yes, it will do. That's about it, really. I mean,
All right, so you head off to bed. You don't have any dreams particularly here, but as we keep coming back to that same sensation that you feel, something pulling to you out in the stars, you know what that is. But it's still subtle, but it's still there every time you look up at the sky. But you wake up in the morning. Diving Bell is kind of working on something on the table there for you as you're waking up. He looks up at you and goes, "Oh, good morning.
oh, morning, DB. What are you working on there?
I've been reviewing more information from the book that we were reviewing back at Stonehorn. I've been trying to look up some more information, see if I can gather anything else about whatever they were working on there. There might be some Golden Age archives that might have some more information, so I'm putting in some quiet inquiries just to figure out some more information."
Just make sure you don't divulge any of the other formula and anything like that, please.
I'm keeping my inquiries anonymous, so no worry about tracking back to us. But I'm still looking into it.
Alright, just be careful with it, please.
He nods at you. "Oh, we're getting a ping from the Hunter Vanguard. They would like to meet for us a little later this afternoon."
Alright, we can do that.
Okay. Is there anything you would like to do?
Let's see. God, I gotta remember. I have my ship, or a ship. That's who knows what shape still.
Did you want to go check on the ship and see what state she's in?
Yeah, I want to go check the ship out. I need to see what ship shape it is in.
Well, alright, so you gather up your equipment and you'll head up to the spaceport. So you get to the port there and you do see your ship is being worked on. One of the worker robots is kind of standing there with a checklist and is looking at it and kind of reviewing everything.
Well, I'm gonna talk to him. And how much damage is there, and what needs to be replaced?
It kind of looks over at you and it begins to do an assessment. Basically, to avoid a whole lot of jargon that's just going to confuse everyone here. Basically, the vacuum seals inside of it were basically broke, so That's why it was not going to be space worthy, is because you couldn't have hold any oxygen in your ship. So they're replacing the tanks, they're replacing the seals. Your cockpit is getting some fixes to it a little bit, so it'll be fully functional for you again. But otherwise, it should be operational within a day.
Okay, and I take a visual inspection myself of the ship, just look it over and see what's going on.
Sure.
Just general.
Yeah, and because you're go ahead and do that, and just roll investigation. Yeah, just straight investigation. Okay, 17. All right. With your basic knowledge of ships, you can see like it's definitely had better days, but it's got some potential for you, and it's at least going to be serviceful to get you where you need to go, even if you do want to go out into space.
Good. All right. Okay.
All right.
I'll let them
And
continue working on
as
it.
you're kind of inspecting the ship, you do happen to hear some loud music off in the distance.
Interesting music we're hearing, DB.
DB looks over. I think that might be our friend who picked us up yesterday.
Why don't we go say hello and thank you again?
And DB just was like, okay, and just
So I head off.
you
in
make
that
your way
direction.
over it. All right, so you walk up to Elias's ship. You do see him. He's got his back to you. He's just working on the ship right now with the loud '80s music blaring.
It's currently playing the final countdown.
No.
Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Oh, sorry. I knock on the ship without damaging it, but knock on his ship so he hears me.
All right, so you hear this
I
dong
just
dong
like-
dong.
I just turn around and look at him. Yeah, what's up?
I wanted to say thank you for the other day.
Not a problem. That's kind of what we got to do to keep people alive.
Do you need any
No.
help with your ship here?
I'm just organizing wires. Why, you need
Okay.
help with yours?
No, they're putting it back together bit by bit. I just figured I'd come over and, tell you thank you and see if you needed any help since you helped me.
Yeah, it's all good. Thanks for the offer. You want to go explore the city?
Yes,
Since it's technically your first time here?
yes, I'd be nice to have a bit of a guide around, even though I've seen a little bit. Be nice to have
All right.
somebody to show me around a little bit.
All right. So
And I should also point out, Elias is not wearing his helmet, and he is human.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right. Am I?
I mean,
still
does he
wearing
have
that?
any? I mean, could you describe his facial features? Since I don't think we really described his face before.
That's right. We haven't seen
Like,
his
what does he
face.
look like?
It's kind of a mix of bluish gray eyes, brown hair, kind of short but still a little bit longer than normal. And he's kind of covered in a little bit of oil.
All right.
But other than that, not really too standoutish.
All right. So with that said, Elias, where did you have in mind that you want to go? Did you have a restaurant or a market or somewhere in mind?
Probably a bar.
A bar? Okay.
I was hoping you would say that.
Probably where I hang out with workers that at least do actual work.
All right. So just kind of like mingling with the citizens.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. All right. Well, I mean, it's gonna be kind of like afternoonish, so it wouldn't be so much like a bar scene. It's more just like kind of like a luncheon kind of a lunch scene. Yeah.
During the day.
Yeah. Yeah, like daytime tavern. They're serving food, and some ale on the side there for some who want it.
There's some people drinking. Yeah.
Yep. All right, so yeah, you approach. What should we call this place?
The Hunters Gambit.
You know what? Let's go with that.
Oh,
A little restaurant in the city called the Hunters Gambit. So, you see a fair amount of citizens here. Everyone's just kind of on their lunch break. A lot of people who are doing construction. You do see a lot of workers there. Some familiar faces for you, Elias. A couple of workers there who did help you out with your own apartment building at one point. All right, so you do happen to get yourself a couple of stools up at the bar. And one of the tenders walks over to you and goes, "What can I get for you guys?"
At the moment, just some water because I have a feeling I have a meeting later. And something to snack on.
Pretzels. Gotcha, buddy. He looks over to you, Eros.
might as well be the same. I have a meeting later as well. Although I'd like a drink.
All right, then.
But
I'll get you guys a little appetizer here. And he walks off to the back here for you. So right now, you guys just kind of hearing, and I think I might have a little ambience here for this.
I mean, if you don't have anything, I do have something that you can use.
No, I got something here we can use. That's not quite it. I'll use this one instead. There we go. So, just the hustle and bustle, a lot of voices around you at the moment. And bartender comes back over, a couple tall glasses of water, and he's got a little basket of little popcorn chicken there for you guys.
ooh, popcorn chicken.
Fair enough. He is an EXO, right?
Who?
Bartender.
But are you asking about
not
the bartender?
The bartender.
Or-
No. I can't remember Matrix's.
Eros?
character's name
No,
at the moment.
he's an awoken.
Okay, because I was gonna say this is gonna be a really interesting situation if he's an
No,
EXO trying to eat popcorn chicken.
No, no.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Because all I'm just picturing is like an EXO, like just popping a piece of popcorn chicken into his mouth and like crunching it, and just falls out from like the center of his jaw.
Well, explain how Cade 6 can eat ramen then.
I don't know, and it's never explained.
The
It doesn't
delicacies
explain
of
why
this.
he drinks either. Now that I got you thinking about it, now you're questioning yourself.
I'm just letting you guys play out the scene now. Y'all are sitting there with your popcorn chicken and your water.
This is good chicken.
It's like I'm talking with the bartender about this.
Right.
Oh my
Okay.
God. I'm just sitting there eating. I'm like, I'm hungry.
What do you think? How do they digest their food? As I just pop another piece into my mouth.
Bartender just kind of looks like at both of you like, "Are you asking me?"
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there with
I
a
mean,
piece of
he's
chicken.
new
in my
to the
mouth.
city. He hasn't encountered an EXO yet.
What is an exo?
Well, he just kind of like scratches his head like, I mean, I've never seen them eat. I don't know how they. He just walks away.
I just take a sip of my water and just try not to laugh too hard.
I'm just sitting there all puzzled, like, what the hell's an exo?
Oh, we'll introduce you to some EXOs. There's some really interesting characters. Oh, I have one in particular you have to meet.
Oh,
That'll be later.
Are they human or something, or what? What? I'm confused. But okay,
You'll understand. You'll understand when we meet them.
okay, that's fine.
Diving Bell
Narration.
kind of like jumps in. It's like they're like robot people.
You shut it.
Robot people.
Diving Bell
Really?
just looks at you like, what?
Why did it be a surprise? I wanted to see his genuine reaction to seeing an XO.
I probably still will be surprised. I've never seen one.
I mean, fair enough.
So what
Paradox
is
is just kind of like quietly just like being the fly on the wall in the scene here. He's just
Oh,
he's not really saying anything.
I just look over at him and go, Do you know Al?
How Exos digest?
Yeah.
I mean, not really.
Like,
I've never really asked
like
the
is there...
question.
How is there not a medical report on this?
There probably is. Who knows? Nobody's
I think
asked.
you're
I'm a
confusing
warlock. I'm
medical
meant to
with-
know if...
I think you're
I'm
confusing
meant to
medical
know.
with engineering.
But they were technically human. So it would be medical at this point.
Wait, they were technically
But-
human?
Yeah.
Paradox just kind of moves in, but if that was before, but they're robots now, so it's more engineering,
How
right?
do they cope with this?
Bioengineering.
Bio.
That's what it would be considered.
Well,
Biological
but-
engineering.
Paradox kind of tilts a little, but how is it bioengineering if they're fully robotic?
Their brain is still in there, isn't it?
In Exos? No, they're digitally transferred.
Oh, it's just straight memory. Oh. Alright, this got
kinda
into some
weird.
real existential... This got into some real existential dread here, Paradox.
Yeah.
'Cause you gotta think, is it actually the same person that got transferred into the EXO, or just a copy of the original?
even I am curious.
If Paradox could blink, he would just kind of like a slow blink, like I don't know. I don't even want to think about it anymore. This is just getting weird, and he just kind of like.
I am fascinated, but I don't want to get into it too much until I meet one of these exos.
I mean, fair enough.
But they were human one time?
Yeah, at one point. If they have a number at the end of their name, that's how many times their memory has been reset.
Memory has been reset. Why would you have your memory reset? And how? Oh, there's so many questions.
Because they may have died.
May have.
And so, imagine being revived and still remembering your death. Because some of these exos aren't human.
Wait,
I mean,
but,
not human. I mean, not guardians.
Okay, so there are guardians that are exos, and there are ones that are not, just like humans and
Just like awoken humans, yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. It'll be fascinating. I would like to meet one soon, time at some point here. This is very interesting.
And Diving Bell just like, yeah, you're gonna find him around here, no doubt about that.
Character, Dave Williams.
Um,
That's who I was going to introduce him to.
okay. And I'm fine with that.
But he's not that number.
I will decide which one he is then. Okay. But anyway, so you guys end up finishing your chicken there. Was there anything else you want to go look at or go check out?
Probably just walk around the city and see how anybody is doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys got about an hour before your respective meetings with the Vanguard, so all right, so you just kind of walk about the city square looking at the various markets and the hustle and bustle of the city.
Interesting. Is it always normally like this, or?
Or as the city grows even further. Yeah, I think there are families living here. There are new people arriving every day. People going on missions, coming back, scavenging, finding all new stuff.
Interesting. Just
Hell, you can even think of yourself as a new wave coming in.
so there are more of the new ones like me coming in.
New
Diving
guardians found
Bell.
every day.
Yep, Diving Bell jumps in and is like, "Yep, new guardians are being found all the time."
Interesting.
Granted, some don't make it because they don't get assistance like you do. Some do get lucky and they do make it here. Some have never even been to the last city and yet they'll work with the Vanguard.
So they're outside of the city, just doing stuff out there. Okay.
There are other settlements other than the last city, but they're not as a city. They're like small little towns or maybe a few dozen people at most. And they're not very secure.
Oh, so not as well fortified. Okay.
Yeah. Like you may come across a village and there may be a guardian there that's just wanting to live there and not have to deal with other stuff.
Oh, I see. I see. So, how long have you been here?
Hmm. The days kind of blend together, but Dave, how long would you say I've been in the city?
Well, I would say, I mean, since you're the year of your rebirth as a guardian, I'd say you're roughly about 5 years, whereas Uros, as you know, would be about last week. So
Yeah.
you've been in the city here for about 4 years. You were around for the Battle of Six Fronts, so you were there when the city was being tested, and you've been there to see its massive growth.
All right. No, I've been around for about 5 years.
Really? How
Yeah.
long is? How long have the Guardians been around, or when did they show up? Then
Diving
That is
Bell,
actually lost to time.
yeah, Diving Bell joins, and it's like, well, Guardians have been around for centuries, but we don't really know exactly how long. It's been forever since the Traveler went silent and birthed the ghosts.
Or even people called warlords at one point. They're even the Iron Lords.
I've kind of heard some of the stuff. Hmm.
Yeah, I heard stories about the warlords and the tyranny that they brought upon some people.
Yeah, they're quite the assholes.
That's why when you showed up and assisted me, or pretty much saved me, I didn't know what your intention was at first.
That's a fair reaction to it. So I
Still,
wouldn't blame you.
still being new, I still thank you for it again, but it is all very new. Do you have a family or anything then? Do guardians even have families?
Some guardians do. It's kind of a touchy subject.
Why? I'm sorry, I don't mean to pry. I'm just curious about all this.
We
Paradox,
guardians don't age.
yeah, and Paradox also kind of jumps in and says, Guardians cannot produce children.
And
Interesting.
we also outlive any loved ones too.
How long does a guardian live then?
Could live for hundreds, if not thousands of years, however long they're able to live with the light.
That is a long time.
And if Diving Bell there or Paradox here were ever destroyed, your timer starts again. You are technically mortal.
So could you have kids then?
Nope.
No, that's just biologically done.
Okay.
This is the conversation as we're like walking along the streets too.
Yep. You guys are just
we're
walking and talking.
now. I figure we
Yep.
were walking still, and I'm just so
Yep.
all.
This is just walking and talking.
So it's just we live forever, serving out whatever we can do to help.
Pretty much.
Interesting. So wait a minute. If DB or Paradox is destroyed, we become mortal again?
Yeah,
Or
if you
Yep.
get killed after A is destroyed, that's it. There is no more, man. It's game over. You're done.
Diving Bell looks over. In other words, it would be your last life.
9 lives to a cat. How many to a guardian? Holy crap.
Infinite if you can keep Diving Bell safe.
Yes. He's pretty little tough guy though. He's done his own work, so
But I help
I-
around in the city when I'm not doing anything. I'll even donate some time and work at orphanages, just even making food for them because I have the time.
So-
Guardians aren't always meant to be fighting. We're also kind of like public servants in a way.
gives you something to do other than just fight all the time.
And it's kind of nice seeing people grow up a little bit, bringing smiles to faces that may not see the brightest of days.
That is very good of you.
I wish I could do more though.
So as you guys are walking and talking, you're actually approaching the building where you guys would be meeting up with the Vanguard.
Are we close to that time for meeting them then?
Yeah, it's coming up about that time. You guys have been walking and talking now for about 40 some minutes. Like you're kind of coming up on there, and the secretary immediately sees you two as you're kind of walking up and kind of like waves at you guys.
I kind of just I look over at the last. What do I need to expect with the Vanguard? I mean, I don't.
I don't encounter the Hunter Vanguard that much. So I don't really have any advice on that one.
Okay, I just all new, very uneasy about certain things.
It doesn't hurt to ask. It's better to ask than not to ask at all.
Okay,
Go into
just-
it kind of relaxed. Just don't shoot him. That will end badly for you.
only if I had to shoot somebody. I don't wish to do that here. It seems peaceful and calm.
Yeah.
I like
Not to mention you're surrounded by probably a few other dozen guardians.
Not too worried right now. Just keeping things in my mind, what I should be expecting.
Fair enough. Well, I'll let you head on your way. I'll go meet my Vanguard.
Well, you guys are in the same place. Like you guys are basically meeting up, and so you basically kind of go up to the secretary, like speak with them, and she gets your names, and says, "Oh, they're both actually in room 12 for you guys," and she's like pointing at both of you.
Just look at Elias, kind of like, okay.
I guess then we're both going to meet our respective Vanguards together.
Duh.
Yeah, and she's like reading over something about you guys were together yesterday. They want to talk to you together about it. And she's like, just goes back to looking over stuff.
Fair point.
Alright, I will follow you, Elias. I don't know this place that well.
I start heading toward the room.
And I
All right.
just follow.
So you guys walk into the room, and you do happen to see the two people standing there, and I will describe them for you. So, Elias, you immediately recognize you're our warlock mentor, Nikon Lee. He is an Asian male who stands about 6'1". Very lean build, short black hair. Um, and like I said, you've known him for, and since you've joined the city, he's been your mentor and he's been a good friend to you over the number of years. And standing beside him, you do see a hooded hunter who is an exo by the name of Shinosha 3. You've never met Shinosha Elias yourself, but you are aware that he is one of the officials who does work with the higher up in the Hunter Vanguard, who is known as Kaku Swift River, who is the current leader of the Hunter Vanguard. So he's a liaison to the higher up within the Hunter Vanguard. You recognize at least that much.
Fair enough. I just look at him and Diving Bell and just go, ironic.
Diving Bell just kind of looks over at you, Uros.
Interesting. Hello?
Hi, and you see Shinosha walk over to you and extend your hand. Name's Shinosha 3. Nice to meet you.
I shake the hand. Nice to meet you.
Friends call me Shin, if they don't mind.
I am Uros Shale. I'm new to all this, so...
Well, no worries. We'll get you all taken care of. And Shinosha walks over to you, Elias, and he also extends his hand. Shinosha 3. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And if you're curious of why I said ironic, I was explaining exos to him earlier, and you were the first one that we ran across.
Oh, don't worry. I happen to get that often.
I'm just kind of looking...
And Nikon walks over to you, Eros, and he extends a hand to you, goes, I'm Nikon Lee.
Hello, Uros Shale. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And Nikon, he nods over at you, Elias, and goes, well, we have a couple of things we want to talk to both of you guys about.
Okay.
And he kind of, like, it gestures to you guys to kind of sit down.
I'll take a seat.
I just follow in suit and find a seat.
All right.
Out of character, I'm laughing at chat.
Why, is someone talking in chat?
It's the name that you chose for the Vanguard.
Well, whatever.
Don't worry about it.
Sorry, it even clicked in my head when you said it too, so don't blame them.
Anyway, so basically they have you sit down and they're looking through the forms there and they go, well, there's a couple of things. So Nikon starting off, going over your sensor report, Elias, we did see the number of skiffs that were reported, and it sounds like we were right. They're increasing their numbers.
Yeah. If anything, I would recommend a strike on that catch.
He kind of puts his fingers together and goes, we found the House of Kings, it seems. The devils are all over the place, but it seems like this might be the stronghold for the House of Kings. We don't know if the Kel's down there, but from all indications that we were seeing, we might have hit the big one.
We can keep him there.
And Shin looks over and goes, keep him there?
I mean, you gotta think. A ship can't go anywhere without engines.
You're proposing to sabotage all the catches?
Well, no, not the catch it. Well, it's only one catch. The skiffs, yeah, he can go planetary. The catch is what makes him interplanetary. He'd be stuck on Earth.
They kind of both Nikon and Shin then kind of look over at each other and go, "It's possible." Unfortunately,
And
we
also
don't.
scare the shit out of him too.
But we're also playing a gambit that he's actually there and then not just his forces.
We could always spy for a while.
That's what we actually we're thinking we want you to do. Do a recon of the area and see if we can determine if the Kel is actually there. If we can, and
Alright.
he kind of sits back. If we can confirm that the Kel of the House of Kings is there, we can authorize a strike on the location. And he looks over to you, Uros. I know you were kind of running through the city, but did you get a sense that there might be more in the area?
As many of those skips that were coming around, I was trying to stay out of sight as much as possible, but it seemed like there was a lot going on. When Elias showed up, it seemed like more could have been coming. I don't know for sure.
That would be right. And Shin just kind of nods and goes, "Yeah, from what sounds like, you guys had half the city ready to come drop down on you."
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't our smartest idea of using the sparrows in the middle of the city.
Hey, we just started the hornet's nest to kind of show that yes, something is going on.
And it kind of shows that we're not afraid of them.
True.
And that servitor's in pieces.
That was entertaining.
Yeah, he fell out of a window.
I jumped.
You more gracefully landed.
Okay, yes, I did gracefully land, but hey, it was graceful, okay?
Diving Bells is
Graceful like a bull in a china shop.
No, I did that in the other building. You missed that.
Paradox is like, "We didn't miss anything."
Shut up, Paradox.
Nikon and Shin are just kind of like eyes like going back and forth, just listening to you two have this conversation.
Out of character, real quick. All I'm picturing is Sam and Bucky. Like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's this conversation with the therapist.
I mean, I could have you two kind of like do like turn side by side and like do
No,
like a staring contest.
we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Are you having a staring contest right now? Stop it.
What? Paradox
Fucking
doesn't
joking.
blink, and the other one's just sitting there grinning. What do you expect? My eyes glow too, buddy. Don't start.
Nikon just kind of puts his hand together and goes, "Well, all right then. We're gonna give you 3 days to do some recon in Old Chicago, and if we can determine the kill is there, we'll authorize a strike for you guys to attack the city."
Interesting question, though. Is there any points of interest in Chicago that we should check out while we're doing recon? Because we might as well check it out while we're there.
You see Nikon start to kind of flip through a couple of pages. It goes, "From what you were showing, I got 3 points of interest for you. The old stadium, the old tower, which is basically the tower that he's referring to is going to be the tallest tower in Old Chicago. It's basically like the monument skyscraper of the city. Like, that is still standing, and it's worth investigating. Not sure what you will find there, but it is a point of interest. And lastly, you were already over by the docks, but there is some more interest over by there because there is a bit of a sewer system there.
Alright.
And that some of the sensor scans that you did find there did happen to catch that there was movement underground. You couldn't tell exactly how much, but there is some indication that says that there might be a stronghold hidden underground. And he forwards all the information to Paradox just so he has all of that, and goes, "You can check these 3 areas. Otherwise, you can search as you see fit. And if you happen to come across anything, and Nikon looks to both of you guys, inform us immediately."
Is there a way that I can request a piece of equipment for this?
Nikon looks to you. Oh, what do you have in mind?
High-powered telescope, if it's possible to get one.
Nikon kind of thinks about it and goes, "Are you needing like a scope?"
No. I'm just thinking of when we get to the top of that tower, it's going to be a great vantage point to look down in the city.
Hmm. I'll see what I can do. It wouldn't be a telescope per se, but I can at least probably get you at least a good pair of binoculars.
Work. Even better than what I have.
Uh, and he kind of just kind of pats you on the shoulder. "I'll get you something that'll work for you."
Make sure it at least has 8 times zoom.
I think I can do that for you.
Alright.
All right, and Shin does approach Uros and goes, "Was there anything that I can assist you with? Anything you might need?"
I don't know. This would be first time doing something like this. Going out and doing, in a sense, recon. Um, would you suggest I take anything since I don't really know?
Well, I like the gear that you got already. You're pretty much set for a stealth mission. But, well, I mean, you can always look at getting you some upgrades here in the future.
Well, the upgrades would be nice. I will do that at some point. For now, I'd like to stay stealthy as possible.
That's a good idea for us.
What equipment does Eros have? Like for weaponry?
Uh,
Matrix?
where is my... Where do I look for equipment?
On your character sheet.
Yeah, I feel smart.
Well, you have a hand cannon
Yeah,
and you
hand
have a
cannon.
bow.
Yeah, I have the hand cannon, bow. So much. Oh.
Okay, because I was going to suggest if you didn't have a bow, pick up a bow.
Yeah, I have the bow. That's what I used on the last one to put an arrow through its head. I still like that one.
Mm.
Yes, I want to stay silent. Yes, yes.
No, I mean, that hand cannon doesn't scream silent either.
No, it doesn't. Nor did it
He goes,
scream in the last round.
"All right." Well, so Shin will just kind of like, "All right, I'll requisition you some ammo, get sent over to your ship when you're ready."
That would be good. More ammo's handy.
Always handy.
And Shin just kind of nods and says, "All right, Nikon, I'll be on my way then." And Shin just merely strolls out the door. Nikon just kind of looks to both of you and goes, "Are you sure you're up for this?"
Been in situations.
And Nikon just kind of, Elias, he just kind of like pulls you aside a little bit, goes, "Are you really comfortable with all this? I know this really isn't your particular style."
Oh, on me aside?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I get assigned what I get assigned.
And
And
he
plus,
just
Chicago's interesting.
he just kind of looks at you. He's a little concerned. It's more of like he knows how like you feel about certain things, and it's just kind of like he's a little like just concerned, but goes, "Okay, I trust in your judgment."
I just thought of something very evil. And that
Evil.
is in character too.
And Nikon just gives you a side look like, "What do you mean?"
Follow me out of here real quick. And I leave the room.
Okay. Nikon follows you out.
if there's a building close enough to the spaceport, what if we collapse a building on top of the catch?
Damn, he's thinking way ahead of what I was. He's thinking it now. I was just thinking that earlier.
He he's already like hand resting on chin thinking about it. I mean, how many charges are you going to need?
I mean, it's really depending on the building. I'd have to look into it first, and then I'd have to come back and get what I can. Unless I just use the Fallen Zone explosives against themselves.
While I'm not opposed to the idea, I think I would rather reserve that as a means of a last resort if you need to escape. Right now, I'd rather focus on the recon and confirming the kill is there, because if we do kick this hornet's nest, I don't want them coming back to bite us in the ass later on.
I actually just thought of a better idea for this that precludes if we do launch a strike. When a group is going in to kill this kill, detonate a building and drop it on it to trap it there.
Certainly a possibility I'm open to consider, but we need to make sure all the pieces are in place before we strike on that.
You know me, I think ahead of time.
And he smiles and he goes, "That's why I trust in your abilities."
Yep, that's why I asked for the binoculars.
Fair enough. As I said, I'll make sure you get them in your requisition before you leave.
Alrighty.
And he just kind of gives you a friendly shoulder pat and he walks off. He takes a few steps and you see him transmat out.
I go back and find Eros.
Hello. What was that all about?
Just some pointing.
Okay.
Kind
Diving
of
Bell
known for
he's kind of
blowing
excited. He's
stuff.
like, we got a mission.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's go to the gunsmith and get you some ammo. I know the Vanguard's going to supply some, but it's always good to buy your own. Can't always rely on the Vanguard.
Yes. Good to be self-reliant.
All right. So, you make your way over to the weaponsmith, and Elias, you'll immediately recognize Banshee 42.
Hey there, old man.
And he's working on a gun at the moment, and he's just mildly acknowledging you, and he just continuing to work on the gun. What do you need?
I kind of peek around him. I just kind of peek around his shoulder to look at what he's working on.
He's currently cleaning out a pulse rifle. He's got it pretty much taken apart, and he's just cleaning the parts at the moment.
Get a new weapon, then?
Building a new one.
Fair enough. Eros, meet Banshee 42, the resident gunsmith. You won't find a better one.
Hello.
So you immediately recognize the EXO, and he is a stone cold face, and you're just like, "What do you need?"
Maybe some more ammo. A little bit more of that. Think you can upgrade my bow?
Let me have a look here.
My
And
hand up the
he kind of like he puts down the part that he's working on, and he extends a hand out for the bow.
bow. And I hand it to him.
All right. So he begins to examine it. So there are some upgrades that you can do for the bow, and I'm having to pull them up. I wasn't actually prepared for that, but that's okay because we can do an upgrade on the fly here. That's okay. I just need to find the list of perks for bows, so I'm making sure I'm giving the right stuff. Actually, this might take me a few minutes, so let's just take a quick little break here while I get this prepared here. So if you guys need to go use the bathroom or anything, go ahead and we'll just do that right now.
Yeah, we could do that right now.
Because yeah, I wasn't expecting that, but like I said, that's okay. We can fix this.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, wait a minute. I want to see what I can do.
And you know what? That I should have considered that. That's my fault, but that's okay.
No. Learning. And plus, I'm learning. Can I get other arrows, by the way, or is it just straight arrow?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to ammo, he's gonna have every ammo type, including arrows. So,
Yeah, I mean, kind of
whatever.
specific arrows.
What you have in mind?
Something maybe with a little boom to it.
Like some explosive heads?
Yeah, maybe some smoke type ones too. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
So you're thinking maybe some like niche arrows, kind of.
Yes.
Okay, I think we might be able to work something out with that.
And when
I don't have anything like that in the loot table, but I believe I can probably whip something up for that and make that work.
yeah, like I would like to try and get something first, like explosive. But if I can get something with type of like a smoke arrow that I can shoot out and it'll smoke up an area or something, even okay. But one
Yeah,
or the
like
other's fine.
Yeah, you're basically just want to like create like a fog, like
Yeah. It gives
yeah.
you a smoke screen kind of thing, sort of.
Yep, I know what you mean, and
Yeah.
I know how I can make that work in 5e. So I
I
should
fi-
be able to make that work in an arrow form. I don't see why that would be a
He's
problem.
trying to be Hawkeye.
I was thinking Green
didn't even
Arrow,
think
but
of
yeah, it's the same concept. He wants trick arrows.
Hey, like I was telling Dave Visor, in the last round, I was sucking with the hand cannon, so I had to switch to the bow, and then I start hitting. It's like a reversal. If I start missing with one, I have to switch to the other. And then suddenly, I start hitting them. I'm like, God bless the thing. And then your idea of the tower, or like bringing something down, you're talking about a big tower, Dave, and I'm going, I want to knock it over. That's all. And so I was thinking it when he brought it up, and then you started talking. I'm like, oh my God, he's thinking ahead too. I'm just thinking.
So
See,
here's
I would love to tell you what my inspiration behind that is, but I would like for you to guess.
But here's also the thing, Dave. You remember the entire conversation of me warning you? I'm thinking like 20 steps ahead of you.
I'm well aware of this. I know, and
And it just kicked in, didn't it?
mm-hmm. No, it didn't just kick in there. It's more of I'm aware of things that you do, and I'm aware that I'm gonna be put in the position to where I'm gonna be like,
Fuck, how do I do this?
exactly. I know you're going to test me, and that's fine because that's sort of what I expect out of you.
You just like.
I'm just not entirely sure I'm fully prepared for whatever it is we're going to eventually unfold here.
Oh, Visor, we're gonna have so much fun with this, aren't we? Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, this is why you should be worried about what's going to happen to these poor fools in the future.
That was an explosion.
get back into the game. I'm actually going to do a special order with Banshee.
Ooh.
Okay.
This is something I naturally thought of.
All right. What would you like to do? I'll just kind of put that in here while I'm putting this together.
I wanted a set of arrows that if I shoot it at an electronic, it will shut down that electronic and anything within a 10-meter radius.
An EMP.
Like a mini EMP.
That is nice. That's a good idea. Yeah. I have a question, but I'll wait until you guys are done with that part. So
Well, in terms of that, I'd say that might be a little bit more of a special acquisition, and that I wouldn't have readily available just yet.
That's why I said it'd be a special requisition from Banshee.
Yeah, like that could definitely be something further on down the road we can definitely look at doing. So that you can put in the request, and we'll see what we can do here later on down the road. So we'll do that.
That one would be a later on down the road, but I do have a short stop for it. Okay. What about an arrow if I shot it at, like, say, a wire or something? It would just overcharge the wire and cut lighting and shit like that. Like, if I shot it at a fuse box or something, it would overload the fuses.
So basically like an electric arrow.
Yeah. Like, it would literally just pump so much electricity into it, it would just go and knock all the fuses offline.
It'd still be like an EMP arrow, but it would just be a contact still, so...
Yeah.
So it's very primitive. Cool. Yeah. No, I like it. That's cool.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna make a note of this, and like I said, something we can definitely look into. It's not something I just have like on the spot, but I can probably whip that up here in the future here. So, EMP arrows, we'll put a pin in that for the future here.
Hang on, let me pull one out of my special quiver that adapts them right off the bat. No, I'm kidding. That's not.
Yeah.
We're talking superhero movies.
Now, Matrix, if you happen to have your book on hand, I can tell you the three options you would have for your bow.
Shoot, that's right. And I do not have
the light
on, so I can't see.
Yeah. So you would have three options for an upgrade. You would either have Field Scout, Full Draw, or Natural Strength. I don't have them up here in front of me. I mean, so I can find them here and we can look them up. But you can choose one of those three, and then we'll actually get that fixed here later too, so we can actually show that in chat, so you can see, what does the perk do, what is it, how does it benefit you, stuff like that. So yeah. But if you're looking to upgrade, it would be 2,000 glimmer to do so.
Let's see, what do I have?
And you should have enough, because based on the last mission that you just did, you should have more than more enough. So yeah, it'll be 2,000 glimmer to do the upgrade. And you can seek to do it now, or we can look to do it maybe after the recon mission. I will say, though, if you do give it over to him to upgrade it, though, you would be limited to just your hand cannon. So
okay, so that makes sense. I'd probably do it after then, if that's the case, because I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh wait, it's probably going to take a little time, and we need to kind of go do this first. I do it after. It's okay, but I have a quick question. Can I show him that other hand cannon that I have that's not working, to see what if he recognizes anything on it?
Sure.
So when we get back into it, I wanted to I sat there and I'm like, wait, I have this other hand cannon sitting here. I just kind of want to see what he might know of it.
Sure. So you hand over the broken ornate hand cannon to Banshee 42, and he starts to examine it, and he's sliding parts around, he's looking it over. Don't recognize the design. Is this out from the reef?
It is something that was with me. I don't know.
He just kind of hands it back to you. Can't help you there, sorry.
Thank you for taking a look at it anyway. I appreciate that.
Paradox is actually going to make an insight check on you.
While that's happening, I'm asking Banshee for a wedding stone. Not wedding. Wet.
It took me a second because I was like, wait.
Yeah,
what? I heard T.
I
like,
literally stopped in my tracks. Like, did I hear you right?
I'm like, no, he
So-
needs it for sharpening something. So
Yep.
Okay.
I'm like, I know what that means because I was like, wait, did he say D or T? And it sounded like T. So I'm like, I'm going wetting.
Okay. Eros, are you doing anything to conceal that hand cannon at all? Or are you just openly like,
Isn't
here,
it
can you
like
take a look at it?
I forgot where it was holstered at on me now because the last time I think wasn't it on my
It would have been in
chest?
your backpack. So
Oh,
like
it was-
you just like just the trick that diving bell would do is just you just pull out that from your backpack and just like basically put it in your hand.
Okay,
And so
I guess
yeah.
I'd still have it in my hand at that moment if he's kind of looking me over, wouldn't it? Because I haven't given it back to Diving Bell to.
Yeah, so Paradox immediately notices that the hand cannon that you have is not of a design of the city, and he's subtly kind of looking over, like almost like kind of over Elias's shoulder to just kind of like look over at the gun itself.
Do I notice him doing this?
Make a perception check.
Ooh. Perception. There it is.
12.
So 12.
Okay. Yeah, you do see that Paradox does seem to be kind of looking a little bit above you and just kind of like trying to see what is like look over in your hand and look over at the gun.
Paradox, did you want to see this better?
If it's all right.
Please, I don't know where it came from, so it was just
Okay.
on me. So I
Do
just
you
hold
do you
it
lay
up.
it on the table?
I just hold it up to him so he can see it.
Okay. So Paradox immediately and you see the blue light from his eye shine out and he starts to scan the cannon. And he starts to look it over.
I just kind of turn it over as well so you can get like a full scan of it.
So he continues to scan the device, and he's going to do an intelligence check. See if he knows something. And no, that was a saving throw. Whoops.
Save me!
Just do it like this. There we go. 21. Okay. So Paradox has been around for a lot longer than 5 years. He has heard about weapons of something of this design. He's never really seen one himself, but he's heard about these. They're reef-born weapons.
Interesting.
He doesn't know. Paradox doesn't really know the mechanics of the weapon itself, but he does recognize that it is something that has been called a reef-born. And just to kind of give everyone a little bit of history here, the Awoken have made their presence known to the city at this point already, but they are keeping to themselves and not they are sending out smaller parties that do assist people in some form or fashion, but they are mostly sticking to their own agenda and not really necessarily partaking in the city, but they're not a hostile group. But Paradox recognizes this, and he says that it's a reef-born weapon.
A reef-born. So this came from there? Where is the reef? Is it in the ocean or something nearby?
Yeah, it's a
And
long way from us.
yeah, Paradox turns back to Elias and goes, he might have been one of the first original Awoken that came to Earth.
That was a long time ago.
Like how long?
And
Long enough.
Paradox, yeah, Paradox just kind of looks back up to you and goes, it's like centuries.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll find out one day where this came from and what it means.
And do you stow the cannon back into your pack?
Yeah, I give it back to DB to put a
Okay.
make it go view.
Yeah. And DB just takes it and just puts it back into the pack. So Banshee's pretty much got your order down for ammo. So
Yay.
did you have a set number of bullets and arrows that you want to acquire? Because you're gonna be getting some from the Vanguard already. But did you have a set number you wanted to buy?
Asking me?
I'm asking both of you. Did you have any ammo specifics you want to purchase?
I have 32.
Not really.
I have 32 arrows right now. I've got 16 bullets. Does that include what's in the hand cannon too? I can't remember.
That does include what's in there right now. So you've got 10 and 6 in the gun.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Mhm.
Could I get keep going toward 10 for bullets? Can I get 10 more bullets and maybe about 8 more arrows? Just about 8.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, yeah, because actually 40 would probably be, I think, the max for your quiver anyway. So
I was just
That's-
reading about the quiver in here too, because I'm trying to find the bow part. And I came across that it's like 100, but I'm like 40 sounds reasonable because reality, unless you got a good quiver, 40 right now sounds way reasonable.
yeah, because I mean you're also traveling light too. You're not gonna have like a heavy quiver on you. So.
Yeah, I don't.
so
Stealth again. That's why I'm not asking for a whole lot. I'm like, 40 sounds good. That
Yep.
would bring it up. I'm fine with that.
okay, so 8 arrows and 10 bullets.
Yeah. I don't know why 10. I just said 10. I almost wanted to say 20, but I don't know why. I'm thinking kind of in between light again. Still.
Well, I'll just tell you this: you're gonna get at least another 10 bullets from the Vanguard anyway. So
Yeah.
you should
that's why
you
it's
should have
20.
more than you should really need.
Yeah, that works.
So okay. And then Elias, you nothing on your ammo count. You're okay with what you got or what you're going to get.
Let me see how much I got.
Yeah, I guess I'm not entirely sure how much we got up here for
I got
ammo.
15 arrows. I might want to double that.
Okay. Because you'll get 10 arrows from the Vanguard, so then you just want to get 5 more.
The
All right, so
Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm trying to pull up.
okay. All right, so Banshee's got your order in and just kind of looks to you guys. Anything else for you guys?
Did I get
Not
my bow
really.
back from him? I just realized it.
Yeah, he
Okay,
did give you the
okay, cool.
the bow back.
Then nothing else, thank you.
Put him down nice and quiet. That's the way. He starts going back to work.
He's not much of a talker, so I don't take it
No.
personally.
No, I won't. Met a few others who are like that. It's okay.
Yeah, Diving Bell just kind of looks over and goes, he's had a lot happen to him over the years.
Yes, you said a number after his name?
I said they get reset.
Yes.
I just point to him 42 times.
How does that affect his
We
mental
don't really
state?
know.
Oh,
But his memory is getting worse over time.
like Alzheimer's?
Diving Bell just kind of goes, kind of, if Alzheimer's had a robotic form that makes it kind of repeat over and over and over.
Or is it more like memory degradation because it's a circuit?
Alright, now you're going too deep.
Technical. Let's just
Yeah, I
leave it
know.
at that then. Curiosity will get me later for it.
All right. So with that said, you guys basically will be leaving in the morning. Did you guys just want to go take a rest and get everything ready, or what would you like to do before night falls?
I'm just really gonna go hang around.
I'd like to go check my ship out one last time to make sure everything's up and ready, hopefully.
All right.
Sticking
So we'll kind of split the party here for a little bit. So, Elias, what did you want to go do specifically?
I'm just gonna go hang out with the locals again.
Okay. So you just kind of did you have any particular place you want to go or anything you want to do specifically?
No, just see who calls out to me first.
Okay. So you go to your favorite spot there. What would your favorite spot be called?
I actually don't know. I didn't think about that.
All right. Well, we'll say for sake you go back to the Hunters Gambit, and you happen to see a lot of people there at the tavern. Up on the screens there, you do happen to see that there is a crucible match playing up on the screen there. Not many people are necessarily watching it. It's just kind of like a fight being shown in the background. Some people are watching it, getting into it. Everyone just kind of just having a good old time.
Alright. I just sit down and watch the game.
All right. So, for brevity's sake, there you hang out, you check out some of the Crucible matches,
Drink a few drinks.
yeah, mingle with some of the locals, just making small talk with some people. Eros, you go to check out your ship. Make a perception check for me.
Perception. That is 16.
16. All right, you see that the robots are done. They're no longer working on your ship, and you do happen to see a little note on the side of your ship.
Go up and read it and see what it says.
Vacuum seals fixed. Good hunting.
Oh, excellent. So I just look over the ship again and just kind of just give it a general once over.
Sure. Make an investigation.
Make an investigation. Yes.
Natural 1. It's fine. It should be okay.
I kind of was just like, I'm just running my hand across it, feeling it, and that's about it.
Just like, yep, it's fine. She should be able to fly. I trust these robots 100%. Looks to the hard camera.
Everything will be perfectly fine as I look at the camera going, yeah, thumbs up.
Nothing could possibly go wrong. Everyone looks to the camera.
Oh, crap.
Spider, Bob was dismembered.
He died in a fiery crash. I don't know what happened. Oops.
Alright, so you've examined your ship. You don't happen to find anything awry. Was there anything else you want to do before you head off?
How late is it so far?
It's about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night right now, so it's good into the evening.
Figure I find a bar. I don't know.
You gonna go find a bar?
Yeah.
Did you want to go to the Hunters Gambit and catch up with
Sure.
Elias?
Yeah, why not?
Sure. All right, so you do happen to go catch up with Elias watching the Crucible matches.
Yay.
I'm just watching it.
All right, so you two just kind of sit there quietly and watching the matches and just sharing drinks together?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Signal bartender, vodka, please.
Do you know about vodka, though?
I'm Russian.
The
I don't-
bartender just kind of like looks at you and just slowly puts a shot down for you of vodka.
I just pick it up, slam it back. I'm good.
Make a constitution save for me.
Okay. Where is... Oh, Jesus. My God, I can't see it. Here it is. Right there. Is that it? Did I hit it? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's a 4.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
You already feel a very heavy buzz come on. You're like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's some strong stuff right there, man.
What is that, paint thinner? Acetone? What do you have in there? That's some good shit, man.
And I will just say, because you're pretty much a fresh newborn light, you get drunk off that one shot.
Yeehaw! I'm good. But that
BB is he's not entirely okay with everything. You can notice he's a little apprehensive, but he's just kind of like, oh, okay, we're doing this.
What, DB? You never seen one drunk before?
Well, I've never seen you drunk before, so and he's like, I don't know what to expect.
Yes, neither do I. Woo! Hey, this is fun. But I don't play.
Paradox kind of like gets over to Elias and like almost kind of whispers in his ear. He's never ever had alcohol.
How would I know? Yeehaw!
Well, I'm forgetting. Did you ever get served alcohol when you were in Stonehorn? I can't remember.
Yeah, I had ale.
You did. Okay. I was.
I
like,
had to
"God,"
think
I,
about that,
I
too.
swear you did. I'm like, am I forgetting this? Like, I swear you did.
Yeah.
But no, like.
But
Then,
that
yeah.
was ale. This is vodka.
Yeah. Yep. It's like. So to Paradox, he's under the impression that you've never had alcohol, and he's kind of prodding you, Elias. He's like, he's never gotten drunk before.
Can I hear him?
Make a perception check.
I don't know. I'm drunk. Does that mean I'm at disadvantage?
I
mean, you did say he is drunk,
Yeah.
and there is sounds going on in the bar, so he is at disadvantage, technically.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna be at disadvantage anyway because of the crowd noise, but
Yeah.
at an 11, you know what? We're gonna roll for that. We're gonna find out if he does hear it.
I just hit perception. It's like, okay, let's see what happens.
Nope, you do not hear it.
Ah, good. I was gonna get into a fight with a light bulb.
I just whispered to Paradox. Maybe we shouldn't let him get too fucking drunk before the mission.
And Paradox is all right, all right. And he just kind of zips back into your backpack.
No.
And just for fun, Elias, you hear this in your ear, and it's on radio, so only you're gonna hear this. He goes, "We told you to get him later."
I was gonna let him have a few more drinks. And that's being whispered to him. Not to
All right.
Eros, Paradox.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know who you meant. All right. So, as you guys are sitting there, you're watching the Crucible matches. You're hearing some of the commentary from the people who are broadcasting the streams. You're not hearing Shax, even though the Guardians in the Crucible are hearing him yell at them. You're seeing their displeasure at times when they're being yelled at. Some people a little more vocal about it than others. But you're hearing the commentary. And some people are really into the matches. You guys just want to keep drinking? What would you like to do?
well, I've
I'm
only
just
had the
gonna
one
eat some
shot.
food before going and resting.
I haven't said I had any more to drink. I'm just sitting there.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
are you asking for more? Or
No.
are you cutting yourself off? What
no,
are you doing?
I just wanted the one shot. That was it. I
Okay.
just sitting there hanging out, watching these weird games that are going on this strange place.
Well,
What?
you've seen Crucible games before. You were seeing them at the bar
Yeah.
in Stonehorn.
So I'm just
So-
sitting there. That's what I consider the most strange games. I'm like, so why are y'all fighting each other? Is it for fun or for practice? Kind of drunk, like. like
Just really for fun.
Yeah, Paradox Jones. It's competition.
oh,
Guardians like to test their strength against other Guardians.
Oh, I see. Okay. So, some of them seem pretty powerful. Do they ever go out and do missions still, or are they just sitting in locker rooms scratching themselves?
They go out on missions.
Okay.
Every Guardian goes out.
How
Some of
often?
them more often than others.
So, how often have you played, Elias?
I'm not a fan of the Crucible, personally.
I just wanted to know. Let's see all these people. Do they get paid to do this?
Yeah,
How much do they get
Oh,
paid?
yes.
depends.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Diving Bell interjects. I can get you some information about the Crucible if you're looking for it.
Maybe one day, but not right now. I think I will
Okay.
go off to bed now and sleep. I'll see
just
you
popped my neck.
tomorrow, Elias.
I'll see you next time.
And I leave.
All right. So, you guys
Stumbling out
part
the door.
ways, and you make your way back to your respective apartments, and you go and get some rest. So, just to get everything kind of cleared up here, you got the benefits of a long rest. If you guys wanted to do any focusing or anything in this time, this would be the time to declare it. Anything in particular, if you guys want to do that during the long rest period, this would be that time.
Yay.
Bring my gear.
Okay.
And I will do a meditation.
Okay.
And I'm just sobering up a bit.
Well, yeah, you basically go to sleep. In the case of Elias, he'll be doing the meditation, so that will give him the full benefits of an 8-hour rest. But he only has to meditate for 4 hours.
Yeah.
So the benefit of that is especially during long recon missions, like if he needs to, like if you're splitting shifts, like doing watching, This is really good for him because he only needs to rest for 4 hours technically, and he'll get the full benefits of 8 hours. So
Lucky.
it is a very beneficial skill to have. So
Magic.
yes, space magic.
Space
So-
magic!
Morning comes for you guys. You gather up your gear. You go to your respective ships. Elias, you do happen to find in your pack, you do have a binoculars with an 8x zoom on it. And you do also have the full 15 arrows, the 10 that were given to you by the Vanguard and the 5 you had requested, so you do have the 15. And that pretty much covers your stuff. Elias, you do get so you will have 15 bullets. The 10 that you did request, but it'd be the 10 you requested plus the 5 you're getting from the Vanguard. You're getting an additional 8 arrows, so you're getting 16 total. So you'll have 16 arrows total to your max there. So it is actually gonna, for sake, I did say 40, but for your quiver, we're just gonna go ahead and say a flat 50.
Oh, okay.
Just so that way, like, you're just gonna have the room for it.
Oh, okay, so I'll have, what, 50 arrows then? Or 40?
So you're at what, 32, right?
Yeah.
Was it, or
It was 32, yeah.
yeah, 32 plus 18. So
Okay, so 50?
50. Yep, you're at
Okay.
a flat 50.
All right, that's fine. It's whatever you say.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow. And then the
Yep,
bullets. What was the bullets again?
So the bullets were, you get 15.
Okay, so
You got the 10 you
31.
requested, and then you got 5 more from the Vanguard.
Okay, there we go. 31. There we go. Because the 6 that are in it, and then whatever's. Yeah. Okay. I had to make sure.
All right. All right. So you guys board your ships and you make your way out to Old Chicago. But instead of taking the route you took last time, you're going to do the orbital trick, which some people, I know it's got a different term, but basically you're going to go up into orbit and you're going to fly through orbit and drop down into Old Chicago. This, realistically, would save you about like 5 hours of flight time. Like, you're going to save a lot of time doing it this method. So you're getting there, and you're going to get there within a couple of hours.
Sweet.
During the flight, did you guys, did you want to have any conversation at all, or did you want to just kind of like silently just ride your way there?
Elias, what you listen to in music over there?
Nothing really.
Oh, I like that other music you were listening to.
I can send DB the playlist.
Sure, why not? It gives me something to listen to.
I send it over to him.
All right. So in the playlist, you do happen to see a lot of 80s hair metal bands. A lot of 80s rock music.
I just tell DB to stick something on.
Okay.
Just pick one.
So the first song that pops up will be Kiss's Detroit Rock City.
Oh, this is interesting. Let's listen to this for a while.
Listen to whatever you want.
All right. So you guys just jam out to 80s rock music while you fly into Old Chicago. Now, question for your approach. Do you want to approach on the outside of the city? Do you want to fly over it? How do you want to approach the city?
Elias, what do you suggest we do here? We want to fly around it, or do we want to land outside somewhere?
Can I see the city from where we are in orbit? Like, if we can see down into it from really high above?
I mean, from the naked eye, you're not really going to see a whole lot. You can see that the city is within visual range. You can't really get a whole lot of detail from where you're at, though.
Specifically looking at the tallest tower.
Okay. Let's see. Make a perception with advantage, because Paradox is going to help you out in the search here.
Make a perception.
Yep.
All right,
Perception with advantage. 13. Okay. You are able to get a visual sighting of the tower. You can't really see any details specifically. It's still too far away for you to get any details, but you can see the structure itself. And this is
There's a
like
landing pad by chance?
from where you're at, it looks like there appears to be one at the very top of the tower.
I want to try to. I'm actually gonna talk this over with him. Do we want to see if we can try to land on that landing pad? That way we can already be at the top of the tower.
If we can do
Diving
it,
Bell
this is
chimes
fire.
in. We can do a drop right on top of the helipad to you guys.
That's what I was meaning. Or do you mean dropping from high orbit and activating our jumps at the last moment on the landing pad? Because I like that idea.
I guess we could.
There's this just pause of like, you want us to jump from high orbit?
High orbit, like high altitude, low opening.
We'd come in pretty fast and probably wouldn't be spotted as easy.
Yeah, and then we'd only be the size of a person.
And how many of are going to look up?
But the question is, how confident are you in your jump?
I was already thinking of this, and this is why I'm like, are you absolutely sure you want to do a halo jump?
Here's the thing. I'd be safe. He wouldn't be.
No.
I can activate my jump at any time, deactivate it, and reactivate it.
It's just my jumps haven't been great.
You don't exactly have the best track record of making acrobatic jumps. I'm just
I don't.
I'm just gonna point that out right here.
The rolls for it have been really horrible. Even in the game. Although I've gotten better there. Not really. It hasn't been great with my jumping yet still.
You want me to go
Diving
first?
Bell, I
and
think it
land on-
might be better if we just do a flyby and just drop you guys on the roof.
Better question, what if I did it alone, landed, and made sure it was clear?
You could, and if you're in trouble, I can drop in too real quick if need.
Yeah. That would be the easiest thing I could think of.
So I'll sit up here and just hover a bit, in a sense, keeping an eye out.
Alright. I'm gonna do it.
Okay. At what altitude are you going to jump?
How high is the skyscraper?
You know what? That's a good question. Let me actually.
I am keeping you on your toes.
So we'll say, and I'm gathering an average here. We'll say it's about 2,000 feet.
2,000 feet?
Yep. The
Or do you-
tower at its roof would be 2,000 feet.
I'm gonna jump at 3,000
Okay.
because that's high enough that it's still a kilometer above. So
All right. So as you're going to do this, what angle is your ship going to be flying at?
So this is gonna sound weird. I'm gonna come in at a flat trajectory, and right before we come to the building, I'm gonna pull up, and he's gonna release me as I'm going upward. So I drop straight back down.
Okay.
And this is an actual thing in the military.
I know. Yeah, I know what this is. Like I'm trying to consider how we're doing this in game. So,
Hey, Matrix, remember what I said earlier?
That's why I'm just sitting here giggling away. I had to mute because I'm like, oh my god, I'm laughing so much.
okay. So your trajectory comes over the tower at 3,000 feet. You hover flight over. You are getting radar pings that there are some ships that are in the vicinity, and they are starting to notice you. But you come in, and you're over the tower. You angle up, and you drop out. Make an acrobatics check.
Where is it? Yeah, it's apparently a 4.
That's a natural one.
How did... Oh. That was interesting.
That is a natural one.
Well, it's also, you got to think at the time, am I already landing on the landing pad or being released from the ship?
You jumped from the ship at 3,000 feet, aiming at the tower. Okay, so now we... Fuck. I'm gonna roll severity. What? Okay, it's not the worst. I can't decide if I want you to land on the tower or not.
Well, see, here's the
because
thing.
because
I'd be using my jump to glide down, like, the last 50 feet.
But that's what the acrobatics check was for that landing.
Oh.
I was thinking it was me leaving the ship.
No, I mean I was just gonna let you you're just jumping out, like it's just free fall. Like the acrobatics check was supposed to be for your landing.
Oh
So
my god. Oh boy.
oh my god, we've got a fucking keyless situation. Why did you do this to me? This is too much dice for me to roll.
Visor, you did it! You did it, Visor!
You fuck.
Alright, here's the other thing. If I know that I'm going to miss the tower, can I offer an alternative?
Well, that's the thing is I don't know if you've actually missed the tower because that's what I was rolling the severity for. You didn't. It wasn't bad. So I think I'm gonna let you land it. However, you're still gonna take fall damage.
Respect.
Yeah. I have to think. How many d6 is this? Chat, I hope you realize how bad this is going to be for him.
Oh, I'm probably dead.
Oh, you're absolutely dead. It's just how bad is it really going to be? Is the real question.
Then why roll for it? I'm just dead.
Because we need to see.
Oh my god. Can I just swoop in with my ship real fast and grab his ass? Just come up on her.
I mean,
that would be a very difficult trick to do.
I'll let you roll for it, but I'm just warning you. There's a possibility you hit him on the way down.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Is my rolls have gone. I'd never live that one down. You hit me. Well, you were going to die either way, so I just ensured it was going to happen faster.
So you hit the tower.
Oh.
You take 348 points of damage. And you just go splat.
Okay, so hold on. Even my glide didn't slow me down any.
You rolled a natural 1.
Yeah, but physics. Because you gotta think, the Warlock glide allows me to stop at any point in the air.
But that's the thing. If you would have rolled anything but a natural 1, your glide would have saved you. But you rolled a natural 1 and you fell from 1,000 feet up.
My glide just didn't work at all.
Your glide didn't even proc. You went for it, it didn't go, and you just went splat on top of the helicopter roof pad.
I mean, hey, at least I made it there.
Eros, you see this from up above. You see him just go for the jump, and he's going. You're waiting for the glide to happen. You're like, he's gonna do it, right? He's gonna do it, right?
TB, is he going to do it?
Splat!
I don't
You just
think
hear
he made it.
fuck right before I hit.
I don't think he made it, DB. What do we do now?
So, Paradox
Oh my
digitally scrapes the remains off the top of the roof. And he's going to resurrect you.
DB, is that what happens to me when this happens? Oh my god.
DB is kind of in shock. He's like... He's not saying anything. He's wide-eyed staring at the roof like, oh my god.
Ow.
Oh my god. Oh. Woo.
So,
DB, hello?
You are resurrected. You do have your full health points back. Your shields will regenerate in a moment.
Radio paradox. Does this happen often?
Paradox doesn't quite know how to respond. He's like,
I'm just giggling, laughing.
Never mind. I'm glad I didn't jump.
So DB is like, we're flying down there, and like, and so you fly down to 2,000 feet, and you get dropped off by the top of the helipad. There's a little bit of scattered mess remains still on the ground where someone made an impact.
I avoid stepping there.
Does Elias have anything to say for himself?
I'm just
No.
I'm just looking.
He's just
Paradox just looks
laughing.
at you like, are you happy?
Yes, I'm here.
I'm just standing there going, yeah, okay. Try not to laugh.
Yeah, you're here. In a million pieces. And he just kind of looks at the crater like...
I just look down and go, no, I don't see a problem with this.
I just look over and go, nice crater, though.
It looks nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, you made a good impact. Did that hurt?
Yeah, kinda.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't too bad.
Learning experience. Learn not to do what you just did.
Well, I mean,
Ouch.
I don't know why my jump didn't activate.
Looks to the hard camera.
Woo! Oh my god. Do we want to get set up? Or check out the area here real quick to make sure nobody's coming up?
Yeah, we might want to secure the landing pad. Your jet was kind of loud.
Yes, unfortunately, I didn't want to make a big splat. I don't know. The impact you left might have warned them. The thud.
Yeah. So while this conversation's happening, make a perception check for me.
Both of us?
Both of you guys. Yep.
Yeah, probably. Ugh. Oh.
What the fuck? All right,
Yeah.
no. No.
I'm blind as
Hold
a
on.
rat.
Yes, you're still a little disoriented from the fall. You're kind of like,
So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I have always hated fucking Roll20's fucking die system. It literally gives me nothing but fucking nat ones constantly.
Oh shit, my shirt.
No, I don't want to be a hat.
Oh, this is
All right,
a regular
so-
up and down for me.
yeah. So you guys don't see any ships at least approaching you, but you do see them off in the distance. They just seem to be patrolling the area. They don't seem to have necessarily spotted you.
Is there a door? There's probably a door somewhere up there because it's a helipad. Is there one nearby that I can go just check around at?
Yeah, I mean, you make your way downstairs from the helipad, and that there is an entryway into the tower itself.
Meanwhile, while he's doing this, hey Paradox, you want to go base jumping?
Christ.
Paradox just kind of slowly turns to you and just goes, "If you do that, I'm not resurrecting you again."
Yeah, and then you don't have another guardian to work with.
He goes, "I'll live with it."
Hey, I wouldn't have anything to worry about because I'd be dead.
He just shakes his shell and just kind of floats off.
I'm just going down maybe a couple floors to check to see.
So you're just kind of clearing the top floors, basically.
Yeah, a couple of floors, and then is there only like that way up to get up there? Is what I'm trying to see.
Like, is there
more
like,
than
do you
one
mean like,
way?
is there like elevators or stairways to those floors, or like?
Yeah, to those floors.
It-
Other than that one that I'm on, going down to check.
Okay, so like, just to be clear, so are you checking to see if it's like a private floor, so it's like there's only one access point to that floor?
Yeah, because as it goes up, a lot of times some towers have that. Not
Yeah,
all,
well, yeah,
but-
some penthouses are like access only, like
'Cause
one
what I'm-
elevator. Or
I'm
something.
looking-
Yeah, no, I know. I know
What
you
I'm
mean. You're
looking
okay.
to do is also maybe put up some kind of little warning system for us if something does decide while we're sitting up there trying to scope things out about 3 floors down on the stairway that will set off that we can detect or something or make a sound or something. A warning system. There we go.
Okay, so just like you want to like set like some wire traps, kind of.
Yeah, something that'll make it to where it's knocking stuff over or even an explosion for all I care at that point.
Okay. You don't have any wire on you specifically.
No.
Make an investigation check for me.
See what I can do. 15.
15. Okay.
Is that good enough? Then?
You can maybe set up some sound traps using some of the nearby debris.
Good.
So like if like some like a door moves or something, it'll make a noise.
Or it'll domino affect some other stuff, so it'll make a
Yeah,
lot of noise.
yeah. So you can kind of makeshift a little something here, but it's not going to be perfect.
It's
From the top of the tower.
it's just enough so that we could hear it up there if something or someone comes up.
Well, no, I'm saying like how many floors are we from the very top?
About 3, if that.
Mm.
Because it's going to echo up the stairway.
Yeah, and you're about. I mean, we're just going to speculate about 90 floors up. You're pretty high up there.
I'm just
Right.
thinking ahead.
All right. Make a survival check then for me to gather up debris to make the traps.
Ooh, only an 8.
You asking me?
I mean, did you want to assist?
Yeah.
Okay.
That-
Well, I was just gonna say I'll just give Matrix advantage on his roll then for
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That'd be a 14. All right. So yeah, you gather up some debris that you can make shift into a bit of a noise trap, and you do happen to set them on the stairway doors that are on the what would be the 87th floor, which would be the third one down. So you set some noise traps down on the stairway door on the 87th floor.
Okay, good. That way we can scope out without having too much of a, hey, we climbed up here real fast. Hi.
Yeah.
Never know. So now we can go back up to the roof and set up stuff and get scoping things out. And
All right. So
And I'm gonna
did
pull
you
out my
want to
bow
kind of go up
shots.
and do
No.
binoculars, kind of observe the area?
Mhm.
Okay. Make a perception with advantage.
Ooh.
23.
23. Okay.
See,
So
see, hold on. Look at how many fucking nat ones.
well, I mean, you've gotten 2, and then one more after this. So yeah, I see what you mean. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
My literal real life dice rolling, I almost never have a nat 1. If I do, it's a rare occasion.
So Dave, I'm setting up cameras.
We'll discuss
I'm
that
kidding,
off
I'm
stream,
kidding.
but we'll figure that out.
Yeah,
But
it's alright.
in the meantime,
I'm having fun with this.
so from your position here and the roll, that you're able to get a really good view of the city. From your binocular view, looking pretty much entirely around the tower, you're able to see the spaceport from your location if you look on the north side. On the south side, you do get a visual of the old stadium that was mentioned. And kind of going back up to the north side there, up near the spaceport, you do see where the sewer entrance that was mentioned from Nikon there as well. So you're able to get visual confirmation of all 3 locations that Nikon did mention to you guys in your meeting.
Okay, and while Elias is doing that, do I have anything that I can use to, or am I just kind of scoping out with my eyes, just looking around from up at the top of the tower, just to keep an eye out? Because I don't mind doing that.
I mean, if that's what you'd like to do, I mean, we can do it. Roll perception for me.
Yeah, because all I'm doing is just kind of keeping an eye out, is what I kind of felt like I was doing anyway.
Okay, so you're not really seeing much from the tower view up here, but you're just kind of looking to the skies, watching for any ships that would be oncoming.
Yeah, pretty much.
Um,
Just kind of scan around.
yeah. With the current cloud cover that's kind of going on, though, you can't really see the ships very well, but you do see the lights of the skiffs that are kind of scanning about the city.
Okay, can I hear anything up there, or is it just all wind?
With the perception check, I'd say it's just all wind.
Okay, just curious. I want
Yep.
to see.
Yep, nope, that's fine.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, so with that said, you guys have set up shop. You don't really find anything in the first couple of floors. Did you want to investigate the tower at all?
I kind of want to look at the antenna.
You want to go up to the antenna on the roof?
Yeah, see if there's any golden age tech that can be recovered.
Sure. Roll an investigation for me.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I only went down just to see if I could set some
Oh.
traps up.
12.
So
Okay. The radio is intact. You do happen to find a couple of parts, so some semiconductors, some wiring is still in good condition. Were you just looking to kind of salvage all of it?
Pretty much.
Okay. Let's see. So for that, Trying to think. It's not necessarily survival, but what would this be? Um. Because you yourself have proficiency with electronic toolkit, so you're already gonna have proficiency with this type of technology. So roll. Well, let's just do this. Roll survival with advantage. 22. Okay. So you are able to salvage some parts then. Let's see what you've managed to pull.
I'm trying to manually keep it intact also.
Okay, so are you trying to just like pull the radio itself out?
If I can I identify if it's a broadcasting system or if it's a receiver?
It from what you're able to gather, it is a receiver.
All right.
This is more like kind of it's a receiver for the tower itself, kind of like you'd think of like a cell tower that kind of like goes through like a massive skyscraper to kind of help boost the signal for cell phones. So it's like a giant receiver that goes to the entire tower.
I'll probably try to recover the receiver, like the system for the receiver itself.
It kind of like the circuit board and any working parts.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, with that survival check, I'd say you successfully pull out the radio without any damage.
All right.
All right. Yeah, so just go ahead and add a we'll say it's a shortwave receiver to your inventory.
All right.
All right. Uros. What are you doing exactly in the tower?
Standing there. No. I figured I'd go down to not first floor. Wow, too far. The floor right under the 100th floor there. Would be.
Oh, so I mean, you want to go like to the floor beneath your traps,
yeah.
or
no?
So you want to go
just that first floor, because all I did was just go down the stairway. I didn't actually like investigate anything in there. I just made sure everything was clear, and then I was out, and then set up the trap.
So you want to go back up to the 90th floor and rejoin Elias.
Yeah, I might as well, because
okay,
there's probably not too much down there. I think maybe, who knows. Well, no, actually, why don't I check down on those top 3 floors, like the first floor right there. And
all right, so you just want to kind of like sweep the top 3 floors just to
just kind of see if there's anything there useful or what is up there.
Okay. Roll 3 separate investigation checks.
3 separate. Oh, that's right.
See if you pull anything.
2, 3. Love the number. He laughs out of it. I don't know which floor that's for either.
So, the 88th floor, you don't really find anything. The 89th floor, you do happen to find a chest that does contain a small amount of glimmer.
Ooh. How much glimmer?
You get 1,500 glimmer.
Holy shit.
So you find a chest with a nice little sum of glimmer in there. And on the 90th floor, you do not find anything in there. Although on that penthouse floor, that there is a locked door.
Can I? Let me think. Is it like a heavy door or?
With that investigation, you really can't tell. It's a sliding door that it appears to be like a hidden door, but it is sealed shut.
Is it like metal, wood? Would I be able to tell that? Should be able to, I think. But hey,
The best you can tell, it looks like it would be metal.
okay. Is there a... Oh, God, what am I thinking? Is there a lock on it? Like a key or an opening that would take a
There's
key?
no door handle on this door. There's no keyhole for a lock.
Okay, can I... Oh, man, I'm trying to think. What is around the door? Like, around the sides of it and everything?
It looks like there's some shelving there. It looks like it may have potentially been a hidden door, but the way everything's kind of been scattered about and kind of taken to time, it's a little more visible than it should be.
Okay, can I check out the shelves around it then to see if there's like a button or even a hidden book you could pull on? Hey, wow, we're gonna
Sure.
get nostalgia here.
Roll another. Actually, roll a perception for me.
Perception. There it is.
7. There's no books on the shelves. Everything's pretty much has been either scattered on the floor or has just been kind of tossed to the side. You can't see any visible buttons or anything or any depressions on the shelves that would seem to indicate, a button for a hidden door.
Okay. Is there anything hanging on the walls?
No. Even with this perception check, what is on the walls has pretty much been ripped down. Like, there's been artworks that were hanging up there, but they have been knocked off the walls. They're on the floor, basically. So there's not really much on the walls themselves.
Okay.
But you can see kind of like where the stains were, where like this painting was clearly sitting here for X amount of time, and there's a clear visible place where it did sit at one point. But there's nothing on the walls themselves.
Okay, and there's nothing visible. Okay. What else is in this penthouse-like area? In that vicinity?
In the room you're in specifically, this looks like it's an office. There is a desk that's there, but there's no computer there. It's just a desk and a chair. There's, like I said, there's some books that's been scattered about, but they're pretty much just they're war torn, and the pages are illegible. There's nothing really that you can see in the books. It just looks like it's just trash just thrown all about.
Has the desk been moved?
The desk has not been moved.
I go over to the desk.
All right. Make an investigation.
Ugh.
6. It's a glass desk. You can see through the top a little bit, but it looks like it's tinted, and you can't really tell if it's sun damage or if it was tinted like this before. But you can sort of see through it. It is a glass desk.
Is there anything I can see through the desk, like underneath?
Through the glass?
Yeah.
I mean, you can see the stand in which the glass is being held up on.
All right.
That's about it.
If I felt around on the frame and anything like that, would I find anything?
Do one more investigation check.
Jesus.
Nope. You don't find anything.
And there, let's see. There's no... There's nothing else. Is there... Oh, God, I can't think of what I was thinking.
Does Elias happen to notice any of this happening?
Up on the roof. He's a few floors down below me.
Yeah, he was still up there.
Well, but he's up on the 90th floor. He's on the penthouse floor, and I don't know. Have you come back down from the roof at this point?
If I have scavenged it completely, then yeah.
Yeah, you finished pulling out the radio, so you have everything up.
Yeah, I rolled an 18 to see if I fucking noticed it.
Okay, yeah. So you do see that he is in the penthouse room, kind of investigating a desk. Did you want to go in there and help him out?
Yeah, I walk in going, what the fuck are you doing?
Good timing, Elias. I was actually gonna come and get you. Hey, you see that? And I point across the way toward the door.
Yeah.
Think
There,
there's a way in?
I mean, Elias, with that perception, you can notice this too. There is that you can clearly see that there is a hidden door next to some bookshelves in the back corner of this room.
Metal door. Slides.
I'm proficient with tech. Can I
Yeah, I was gonna
kind
say.
of tell what type of door it is? Like if it's electronic or physically moved?
Yeah, and make an investigation with advantage.
17.
17.
Nice.
Based on your experience, this does look like it's an electronic door. It looks like it's a sliding door that could potentially be for a panic room.
This is gonna sound weird. I'm gonna pull out my sword.
All right, what are you looking to do?
What are the walls made out of around the door?
It looks like it's a metal.
It's metal.
The wood, there is a wood frame around the door there, but it looks like, I mean, there is metal engraving. It's like it looks like it's a magnetic door.
Well, no, what I was
With the
actually planning
wall
on
around
doing
it.
is cutting through the wall and see if I can find the wiring for it.
Okay. Um.
But you said it's a metal wall, so I ain't cutting through that.
Well, I was referring to like the beside the door itself. Like if you're looking for like the box itself, like you can investigate for the box that would open the door because it's not necessarily next to the door itself.
Yeah.
See,
Okay.
that's what I was trying to find is some kind of.
Yep,
And I'm like, I
I'm
need
trying to
help.
be subtle about it, but there's ways that you can do this. I'm just trying to be subtle.
Yeah.
So,
I was like,
Just blow it open.
I was
all
thinking
right,
that
yep. So
too.
with that investigation check, you've got a pretty good idea of where it would be. So, uh, let's make a carve. What would that be?
While this is happening, Paradox, you're good at opening doors.
Paradox is just like, all right, I'm on it, and he starts to kind of scan the walls and starts to look around. And well, actually, we'll do that. Let's see if he does find something, because that might help us out. Natural 20. Paradox scans the walls and he finds the wires right away and he points out the boxes over here and he's about 5 feet away from where the door would be. And it's just like it's a flat like just it's in the wall, but you can't even see where it would be, but he highlights it in the little areas like it's right here.
Recessible panel.
It looks like you can carve through the wall here.
All right.
All right. So, uh, how are you looking to get into the? Are you just like doing like a stab and then like carve down, or how are you looking to carve into the wall?
I'm gonna carve around it to fucking make sure I don't accidentally cut any wires on it.
Okay.
That's when I offer him one of my daggers instead. Would this be better instead of a big sword?
Yeah, that would work.
All right. So you'll hand off the dagger then, so he can use it. Do a survival with advantage. Because
17.
you're technically getting help too with the dagger too. So perfect. All right. So you successfully cut a hole into the wall, and you do happen to see that it's a little bit of a fuse box.
All right. I'm gonna work slowly with it to, like, try to open the door.
All right. Do you test the wires to see if there's power going through it?
Well, yeah.
Okay. All right. You go through there is power going through the wires still, so you kind of fin and angle the wires a little bit. A little bit of a spark. The door opens.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Elias. Let's see what we got in here. Hopefully nothing too old.
Everything's gonna be old here.
I meant dead. Because of
All right.
Japan.
So who's going in first?
I don't know who's. I guess. Well, one of it doesn't matter who really. I guess I could go in first just to see what's going on in there, see what's in it.
Okay, make a perception.
Ooh.
17. Okay.
Nice.
So, would y'all like to know what just happened?
Am I missing something?
My PC crashed.
Oh, you're
Love
still
it.
in game for me, so I didn't see that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still showing you
Okay,
good.
that's
It's all
fine.
right. We're okay.
Well, we're okay. We'll work around. All right. Just let me know whenever you get back in.
Yeah, it might
Yeah,
be a
we're-
few months.
Yeah.
It's okay.
All right. So,
Okay.
Uros, with that perception check, you enter into the room and you do happen to immediately notice that there is a skeleton in the back corner of the room.
That's what I was waiting for. Because when you said panic room, I was like, oh no.
Yep, you do happen to see that there is a single human skeleton in the far back room. It has been decayed for a very long time. It is well over 100 years old.
Is there anything around
Skeleton.
it? Yeah, is there anything around it?
Yeah, you do happen to see that there's some clothes, some various little knickknacks around there. You do happen to notice that there is a particular weapon there too. Let's just see what condition this weapon is, though. Question. Oof. Okay. Well, you do happen to see that he does have a hand cannon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go back a few seconds. I just turned my PC back on.
You're fine. We're just gonna keep rolling. So you do happen to find that there was a hand cannon on the dead body.
Mm-hmm.
There are shell casings to the right of him, which indicating he was firing at something. If you look, so it's in the back corner of this room. When you turn to your left and you start turning towards the door, you do see that there are bullet dents on the wall. It looks like there might have been a ricochet along the opposite wall there as well. But it looks like he was shooting at something inside the room. But you don't see any blood splatter or any definitive damage outside of just the bullets, like, inside the room.
Okay. Do I see
So
what
whatever it was inside with him.
Yes, and now I'm concerned that whatever might be is still in there now. Because if the door was shut and there was...
I am going to roll a perception check for
Please
this fucking room.
All right.
Do I see anything else while he's doing his perception?
Hey,
check?
22.
22.
Nice.
I mean, you pretty much see what you can see in there, Eros. Elias, as far as you can tell, it looks like he was in here by himself. He saw something that spooked him, that caused him to shoot. But you aren't entirely convinced it was something corporeal.
I just realized my
Yeah,
profile picture was up
yeah.
on there.
I saw that.
I was giggling.
Thank you for changing it back, by the way.
This is the face of Elias right before he went splat.
But yeah, so it looks like whoever this person was, he saw something and he started shooting.
I'm going to check the dead body's pockets.
Okay.
I'm picking up the hand
Make an
cannon.
investigation.
Yeah, I'm
I was going to say, I'm not rushing it. I'm
Yeah, I'm
I'm
just
taking my time with this.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just
And I'll give you advantage because you're gonna have help with Eros too.
yeah, I'm just picking up the hand cannon because I figure if it's not worth anything that I can use
17.
it, but we can sell it
You
off.
might be able to scavenge it for parts.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean that's a viable option.
Yeah.
17. Okay, so you're just
500.
checking the room itself, right? Or what were you checking exactly?
Checking the body.
He's checking.
Oh, right, the body. I'm sorry, I'm spacing out here.
Sorry.
So you check the pockets there. It looks like you do happen to find a wallet. Open
Any
it
ID?
up. There is an ID. It's kind of hard to read the name. There's a lot of dirt and a lot of kind of soot on the wall itself, but you are able to read the name. And you're only really able to see a first name here because it looks rather damaged, but the first name reads Marshall. You can see a picture. It looks to be a man relatively in his 30s, short, sandy blonde hair. Kind of hard to tell the eyes because the eyes are kind of dirted over on the image as well. But it looked to be a male in his 30s, short hair, sandy blonde. Looked to be a very nice person, but he kind of looked like a business type too.
Are there any safes in the room by any chance?
Make a perception.
That would be a 19 plus 2 plus 5 or 3.
24.
So 24.
Yep. There is a safe. It has already been opened, and there is a file with some papers in there, but that's all.
I'm gonna go investigate the papers.
All right. Do you pick up the papers?
Before I do, I'm gonna check for any alarms.
Okay. Make one more investigation.
As he's doing that, I'm kind of just near the door.
14.
Looking
There's
at it
no
still.
there's no visible alarms that you can see, and even if there were, you're fairly confident there's no power going to the safe.
I'm gonna make sure there is no power to the safe. I'm actually gonna look around the safe and everything. See
All right.
that there's nothing connected to it.
All right. So you're basically going to try and pull it out of the wall then in that case. So since you're going to be pulling it, make a strength check.
Oh, this is not gonna go good.
Elias,
Hey, an 11.
hey,
11.
Elias,
Okay.
do you need help
You're
with that?
you're able to pull it out a little bit, at least enough to where you can kind of see in the back. You don't see any visible wires. And this thing is a heavy sumbitch, so it almost feels like it'd be like almost a cast iron. Like it's heavy metal.
I'm gonna try to tilt the safe to get the papers to slide out into my hand.
Okay. So you're pulling from That's gonna be awkward because the safe is still somewhat inside its little cubby. So you're gonna have to kind of pull it all the way out, and then you're gonna angle it up.
You mean downward?
Hang on.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, down. Well, you're angling up the backside, so you slide the papers out.
And I'm standing there and I go, Elias, what are you doing?
Getting paperwork to see who this guy is, or what company he worked for. But you gotta remember, we're here to investigate the tower also.
Okay. Are you trying to get those papers out without doing something?
I have a feeling this safe is trapped with an alarm.
How about this? Set the safe back up where it was for a moment.
Okay. No, I do as he says.
All right. For brevity, you slide it back into position.
I'm going to use my psychokinesis. Because it's
Okay.
not heavier than 10 pounds, or however many pounds.
You know.
I remembered
you're
this.
absolutely Right.
I'm going to use it.
All right. I'm so proud of you.
I remembered something.
It's like a child.
I'm trying to.
seeing a child for the first time. I'm so proud. You
I'm
finally did it.
I'm just trying to think. I'm like, wait a minute. I have. Oh my god. Duh. That's why I haven't said much. I was like, there's something else I can do. What is it? Finally clicked.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I'm so happy you finally remembered you have Mage Hand.
Yeah, I'm just like, duh. Okay,
All right.
what do I need to roll
So-
or do for this?
Well, you're just gonna cast this at this point. So you're just gonna cast telekinesis, and you're gonna basically grab the file out, and it's gonna kind of just float out of the safe and right into your hand.
I just thought of something that he didn't even have to fucking roll for.
Which one?
DB or Paradox can technically just vaporize the paperwork and
Yeah.
make it reappear.
I didn't even think of that either.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
That's
Before
all right.
he even does that, I am telling Paradox to fucking just get me the paperwork.
Well, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, hey, it gives me practice. Shut up.
Okay, so do you open the folder to look at the pages?
Of course.
Okay. So you open it up, and Paradox immediately jumps over Eros' shoulder and starts to scan the page. So what you're able to
You know,
find...
Elias's shoulder?
Eros has it in his hand.
I guess
He
that's
has
not
Yeah, but
fair.
I'm the one looking at it.
I just give it to
you're
him.
okay. So
Because
all right,
I'm just getting
you
it
give it
for
to
him.
him then.
Yeah, I'm just getting it for him. I'm giving it to him because it's like, here, so you don't blow yourself up or something type thing. Don't blow up. You
We're
already
gonna
went
drive Dave
splat.
insane.
You already went splat once. We're not gonna have you blow up now.
Hey, it was fun.
Sorry,
All right.
Dave.
So you do begin to go over the paperwork.
Oh my God.
You aren't really able to discern any particular organization, but from what you're able to gather of the paper, it does seem to have been a business, like a corporation, kind of a mecca. It's a lot of jargon that talks about, stocks, bonds, a lot of the stuff that's really irrelevant in this day and age. Nothing you really understand as far as, what they could have been selling. But they just seem to have been some kind of a corporation that was just like sitting on top of a mega tower.
Interesting.
Is there anything there that might help?
I don't know, but I feel that there's more to this fucking room.
Yes, door is obvious. We saw that. I keep looking at this desk. It hasn't moved.
DB kind of goes back to look over at the bullet markings, and he's going to make an investigation. Oops, that's Paradox. I want DB. Because DB hasn't really done a whole lot here. Let's see what he
Oh
finds.
yeah, he hasn't been out, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm
What?
in Destiny 2 right now, and I'm having real Vietnam flashbacks.
Okay.
Vault of Glass.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm in the patrol area.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I can see why you'd have that. Alright, but, so, as far as what DB finds regarding the bullets, he says, well, the bullets didn't make any way out, so they had to still be in the room. And he starts looking around the room. They ricocheted off the wall, but they didn't exit. And he starts going, he's looking around the room, he's kind of trying to find where the bullets landed.
Hmm.
He's gonna do one more. Okay, 17. After some careful tracing, he does happen to find where two bullets landed, and they land along the window side of the wall. So in this little room that's here, there's a window that's facing on what would be the south side of the building. the bullets basically hit that window and dropped from there and kind of hit the ground. So it seemed, from what you're able to see, at least two of these bullets they ricocheted off the walls and they hit the window, came to a stop, and then they kind of just flew onto the floor. So of the shots that you see on the wall, there appear to be 4 shots that have been fired, but you're only seeing 2 bullets.
Hmm.
But again, he's not finding any sort of blood or armor or any kind of fibers that indicate that something was actually hit. We're only finding the ballistic itself, where it would hit, where it ricocheted, and the bullet itself.
But that means something took it.
Paradox nods and goes, "Yep."
Alright, so that means we have a third party here.
Possibly. DB kind of comes back up. This is still over 100 years old. What happened here may have just been something that happened a long time ago, and he's kind of looking around. I mean, it may be tied to the Fallen, but this might be something different entirely.
Well, Fallen didn't set up shop here in Chicago until recently.
That seems to be the case. I mean, from the reports we've gotten, the House of Kings have been set up here for a little while, but it's not been more than a few years. The Battle of Six Fronts showed a lot of their locations where they're housing their kells.
It pretty much shows that there is another group here.
It's entirely possible.
Or was. I'm gonna go to the window real quick.
All right.
Like out in the main office.
All right, so you exit out of the panic room and you go back out to the main office. Is there anything you're looking at specifically?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the window and look at the dock, specifically the sewer entrance.
All right. Make a perception.
I'm barely seeing
7.
shit. 7. I'm also using the binos too.
Okay, I mean, for the binos, I'll give you advantage, so we'll say that's a 10. I mean, you can sort of see where the entrance to the sewer area is, but you can't really make out too much more than that. Like, you kind of see where the entrance is going to lead you into.
I'm just gonna watch it for a minute and see if anything enters or leaves.
Okay. With that perception, you don't really see anything coming in or out. But you do recall from the reports that you did submit that there was sensor data that did suggest that there was movement underground. So, I mean, you've already kind of got the idea that there is likely something down there, but you still can't get visual confirmation of anything yet.
Yeah. What if our third party's underground? What if that's not falling under there?
Paradox kind of entertains the idea. It's like, well, I suppose it's entirely possible. The data was inconclusive that it was actually fallen. But it's on... And he's kind of questioning it. Wasn't exactly human, though, either.
Yeah, because it dodged these bullets. Whatever it was fast. Either that or incorporeal.
Wouldn't be the strangest thing we've seen.
Yeah, 6 fronts.
Mm-hmm. And Paradox just, like, nods like, yep.
Ow.
Stop that.
I'm gonna have a look around the room and see if there's any more false panels. like in the main office.
Okay. Do an investigation. 16.
16 and a 20.
Okay. Um, you do happen to see that there is a silent alarm under the reception desk. It's just a little red button there that there's no power on it, so even if you're pressing the button, there's nothing happening. It's pretty much just a mess across the area. Like there's just scattered papers all about. There's not really a whole lot of um anything in particular, but like the place does look like it's been ransacked, but you have no idea how long ago they've been. It could have been before this, it could have been after this, whatever incident had occurred
A
here.
day or two ago.
Exactly. Like it's hard to define when that occurred.
Hmm. All right, I guess I'm gonna start spying on the catch and all that.
All right. Uros, what would you like to do?
I guess I'd just kind of keep an eye out while he's watching out there. I'm watching everything else.
So he's watching the outside, you're watching inside?
Yeah, kind of inside outside, so I can look out the windows and that. But I kind of keep low key, so not too much motion. Even though we're way up in the air, still don't want to get spotted up there.
All right. So, I will ask you both to do perception checks.
Perception. Boop. Oh God, I'm blind as a fucking bat.
16.
All right. Matrix, you're kind of daydreaming a little bit as you're wandering the halls.
Fa-la-la, fa-la-la.
Elias, you do have your eyes on the skiffs that are going about the city. Some do kind of get close on approach, but they do turn off back towards the spaceport.
Mhm.
They seem to be kind of going like landing in there. And from you sit there and you're watching them for a while. It seems to be like a supply depot. It from your perception, they're landing, resupplying, and then they're leaving.
Okay.
They're doing this within from at least your idea, you're seeing roughly about every 30 minutes another ship land, and then within another half an hour another ship will leave. So it's a slow process, but they're resupplying these ships and they're going back out.
Hmm.
At the moment, you do see that there are 3 skiffs in the dock, and there are currently 5 of well, I mean, there are 5 total dock spaces. 3 of them are occupied. So there's 2 open spots there right now.
Seems like they're busy.
Yeah. And Paradox is just kind of looking over your shoulder, just like looking down at the same thing, watching with you.
You know, it's gonna be really interesting when we collapse a building on all that.
And Paradox kind of like tilts his shell, like pointing over to where the skiff is in the far back of the spaceport. It is being housed inside of a massive hangar. You can't really see so much inside the hangar itself, but you can at least see the outside of a skiff is clearly sitting inside of it. And Paradox is studying the outside of the hangar and goes, we might need more than a few charges to drop the building on it.
If we do it smart.
And he goes, well, those hangars were designed to withstand a lot of destruction.
Mm. Yeah, but think of how old they are.
True. And he's just like, Tilt's like, that's always true. Age could have certainly taken their number on the armament inside.
Hell, what if we went down there and sabotaged the hangar itself?
It's always possible. We can still find explosives, possibly in the hangar too, that could kind of aid us in that too.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so do you just kind of observe for like the next hour, or how long are you observing the hangar?
About an hour or two.
Okay. All right, so yeah, you post up and you're watching the patrols and kind of getting an idea of how long it takes for a ship to be resupplied.
Yeah, pretty
Uros,
much.
yeah. Uros,
No.
as you wander the halls a little bit, I need you to make a no, not dexterity. Athletics.
Athletics, huh? Alright, where's my athletics at? Could be able to see. Athletics. Here we are. Ew. Ooh.
Okay, so you're wandering the halls of the 88th floor, and you immediately start to hear the buzz of a skiff engine as it starts to go by, and you instinctively duck behind a desk. The skiff doesn't at all really notice you, but you're reacting to the sound, and you instinctively go into cover.
Okay.
So you don't get spotted, but you do happen to see another skiff go by, and this skiff is actually headed out towards the arena.
I just radio Elias and let him know, hey, there's a skiff heading by real close. I'm behind the desk for a moment.
All right.
So, Elias, you move to the south end of the building, and you do happen to see the skiff in the distance make its way over to the arena. It does
Watch where it specifically lands.
so it goes up where it appears to be like it's not like the public entrance, but it's like the service entrance to like the arena where you'd have like where like concerts, like where they bring in all the massive equipment for concerts.
Yeah.
Like it's by like the big massive doors. It drops in right where those doors are. And make a perception for me.
Ugh. Wrong button.
Yep. 24. Okay. You do happen to see, with your sharp vision, two Reaver captains, and from what you can see, about 6 Reaver dregs drop out of the ship, and they're making their way into the arena.
There's a possibility that Big Boss Man doesn't like to stay with a ship. Either that or there's an experiment going on.
I guess we won't really know until we get down there, huh? Paradox just kind
Yep.
of... It's like, well, we kind of know what we're up against now.
Yeah. Do we want to barricade up here and sleep here for the night, or try to find a different building?
Well, Paradox just says, I think this place is fine, but let's check with Eros, see what he thinks.
I go find Eros and ask him the same thing.
Yes, pretty much. Nothing has come up here. All we've had is skiffs fly by, and we can sleep behind stuff if needed. If anything were to fly by anyway, we're pretty well safe up here. Plus, we have little warning system, hopefully.
Yeah. Can I go ahead and reinforce his warning system?
Please do.
Sure. I mean, it's pretty much a makeshift sound alarm at this point. What would you try to do to reinforce it?
Second trigger.
You cut out. Sorry, what'd you say?
A second trigger.
Okay. Okay. We'll just do that without rolling. You do add in a second trigger to Eros' sound alarm, and you're actually able to make it just a little bit louder with your experience and know-how with electronics.
Great.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So, are you guys going to be splitting up watch, or how are you going to do that?
I'm just gonna do meditation.
Okay, so
all right.
Eros will do first watch.
Yeah, I can do first watch.
Okay. All right. So, Eros, make a perception.
Perception. Boom. Oh, please tell me
13.
that's good.
Okay. And make a stealth check.
Yeah, still.
11. Okay, you're fine. So perception-wise, you happen to see a couple more skiffs go by off in the distance. None of them seem to get really close to the tower itself. But you just kind of keep your eye on the sky and just you're keeping an eye on the skiffs. None of them happen to see you. You're okay.
Yeah, I'm just sitting in the shadows mostly anyway. Just watching. It's like,
Okay.
make
And
sure.
so Elias will come out of his meditative state. And so you just go ahead and take over.
Yeah, let him get some
second
sleep.
watch. All right, so same thing. Do a perception and a stealth check.
Yeehaw.
12 and 13.
Okay. I mean, pretty similar. You see a couple of skiffs go by. Nothing really out of the ordinary, and you are not spotted.
All right.
All right, so morning starts to come on the city. It's a little cloudy this morning. You don't really see any blue sky. Almost looks like there's a little bit of a fog starting to roll through as the sun begins to rise and light comes over the city again. All right, so what is the plan for today?
I didn't know. What time is it?
Right now it's about 7 a.m.
No, I was talking about.
Real life. It is coming up on 6:30 my time, so about 7:30 you. Or do you need?
Yeah, I am getting tired.
Okay, we'll end here real
Actually,
quick. We're gonna get a stop point here real soon, so no worries.
Because then we can figure out what we're going to do next time anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go ahead and discuss the plan.
I've been
here.
up since 10:50 last night.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, we'll end this here quick. So let's just discuss the plan really quick. What are you wanting to go after first? Do you want to go to the arena, the sewer, or the spaceport?
Let's go sewer first.
You want to investigate the sewers? Okay.
Yeah, sounds
All
good
right.
to me.
So the plan's going to be on the next episode. We're going to be diving straight into the sewer itself.
No, you
and
can dive
then-
in. I'll walk around the edge of it.
Yeah, someone will dive. Someone is going to land himself a little more gracefully.
Thank you.
What, he left a nice imprint.
Look, man, we'll talk later. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and we'll end the episode here. Next week, we're doing a sewer dive. We didn't really have time for combat this one. We're trying to set up for next time here, so we're definitely gonna have combat next time. Don't worry, people.
Somebody will die. Well, wait, somebody already did.
Someone already did.
Dang it.
I
I just realized when I said that.
I mean, if I was taking bets, I would have actually guessed Eros
Me?
would have died first.
Yeah, I was waiting
Yeah.
for me. I was like, I'm waiting for myself to screw up something.
No, I'm just getting like fucked by roll 20 with its rolls.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I mean that natural one was beyond unfortunate.
And then the next two natural ones.
Like, yeah, I mean, if you had even rolled like a 2, I've been like, okay, like, you would have broke your ankles, but you would have been. It's just you rolled a nat 1.
But it makes for such great comedy for the moment. Hey, that's
You know,
I mean,
I was somewhat I kind of had a feeling at some point in this campaign we were gonna have a Keyleth moment where someone was gonna go diving off of something,
hey
and I
Visor.
would have to do. I just didn't expect it to be this fucking quick.
Well, I got to give it to Visor. He planned his out. Remember with mine, I was only what 4 floors up or so, or 5 floors, and I jumped out a window, and then I went, oh shit, because I didn't think about it until right after I jumped out the window. Oh, that's height. That's gonna hurt. And I land, and I'm like, I got lucky. It's not gonna happen again.
Like, I do think about everything that I do and my choices and consequences.
But that was
It's just that
big one. I didn't really
See,
think about
I
it. I
knew
just
you were doing it
jumped.
for shits and giggles because you weren't going to be permanently dead. I already know you know this, but
Still-
God damn it,
no, I
man.
actually wasn't even thinking like that either.
But
I
it was
seriously
so
thought I would
beautiful.
not roll a nat 1.
Yeah, it's one of
I
those
didn't
random.
think so either, but in my mind, I'm just like, please don't do this to me. Please don't roll in that one. God fucking damn it, he rolled in that one.
And I'm just sitting
That's
here from the
why.
ship going, this is not going to be pretty.
That is why I hate Roll20's fucking system. My
Uh,
dice in IRL fucking love me. It's very rare that I get a nat 1.
yeah, I know. It's the computer programming for it, but
Yeah,
I'm just
and
enjoying this because it's still funny as hell because we're just sitting here having our moments going, Jesus Christ, now what?
But hey, at least I make the story interesting also.
Well, it's not Visor has the luck; it's Roll20 has the luck, Kit Kat. So it doesn't
yeah,
exactly have
it's
the greatest roll system, but it's
roll 20 can be a very fickle beast. Like some days it's very good to you, some days it
it just
fucking
wants to
decimates you.
kick
Like
you.
It's
it's
never been good to me.
it's been hit and miss. Like with me, like there's some days, like just days where like it's good. I'm getting good rolls, and there's days where I'm getting fucking 6s and 5s, and fucking I can't roll shit. I get it.
Getting shafted harder than the X.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm open to discussing like doing real dice. It's just for the fact of I know it's a little complicated for like Matrix to have to go like do all the numbers and everything when I was like it's kind of already built in there for them. So I'm just trying to like
I
make it
can handle
easier for like the audience to be able to see the numbers, what you roll and everything. And
I'm still learning it, so I mean,
yeah,
I'm willing to learn it. So it's like, hey, I sit there and try and do the math real quick, and the only time
yeah,
is like with the glimmer and stuff because I'm like big old number. I'm like, okay, I gotta add. I'm like, okay, calculator time. My brain don't
yeah,
function that
and
fast.
Big
and
brain.
Yeah,
I'm fine like as we go on, like if we start doing rolling natural dice, I am okay with doing that too. It's just I just want to make sure that like honor system we're being truthful with our rolls, all that shit. I like that.
no, I
You
put
know
them
what I mean?
on camera. You can see it. I'll just tip the camera on the tripod straight down on it. Here you
I
go.
mean, yeah,
No, I
if
don't
you
have a webcam
No,
setup.
no.
yeah.
I'm gonna go get those Bluetooth dice that light up and flash, and just get those and roll them. No,
No.
can't even afford them,
All
and
right.
they don't even have them out yet. So
Yeah. All right, but yeah, we can go ahead and end the stream here. Next week, expect combat. We're diving
yeah,
into the sewers. Are we gonna find Ninja Turtles? Fuck if I
maybe
know.
at this point, maybe. Cowabunga,
Pizza.
dude. Hang 10.
My mom's an
Shredder.
alcoholic.
Yeah, that's true too.
Oh, so hey Matrix, check general real quick.
I would play it, but if the audio plays, it comes through here.
It's nothing bad. There's no
Oh,
cursing.
it's always bad. Cursing, screw that. Here, it's just loud. Oh my god,
Zach, it's fucking Zach.
that was so loud too. KK, you awake now?
So what would you do if that happened in your school?
Uh, I already have one toilet paper dispenser to fix because little kids wanted to destroy it. Yeah, I might end up. I should have changed the order to 2 because one of the other bathrooms they're doing the same thing in the other one, and I'm waiting for it to completely break. So it's one of those. Yeah, work's been fine.
Oh, the video I just posted is us in a nutshell.
Oh, hey Dave, we done? Is Dave there?
Yeah, we're done. Twitch.tv.com/SpaceGhostDave. You can find me there. I will be streaming some stuff here in the future. I've already got plans for it coming up, so be on the lookout for that.
Oh shoot, I didn't put the.
You guys want to plug your channels before we go?
Mine's already here. You're already here, so. But Dave's link is.
You're already at Matrix's channel here, so.
Yeah, Dave's link is also in the Twitch, where the Destiny thing is at. You'll see it there too. I need to get Visors put in there too if he wants it there. And I'm going to try and put links up for both of them on the screen. Yeah, Visor's just a ghost. So,
yeah.
He's not there. He's just there. He's not there, but he's there. But no,
Exactly.
I'm going to put the links up there, and I'm going to add a few things bit by bit, and eventually we'll have some other stuff bit by
Hey
bit.
Dave, your favorite videos in general.
I will watch it here in a moment. We're gonna close out here, but yes, I have some stuff coming up here. Work has kind of been making a little bit of a hamper for me, but I'm gonna start doing something here really soon in the future, in the next week or two. So I will talk to you guys more about that as we come closer to it. But in the meantime, thanks everyone for hanging out with us. Really appreciate you guys. Love y'all. You have a good night.
Night.